Welcome to Adventures Till the Curtain Calls, where we bring you a Dungeons & Dragons podcast for your entertainment. 6 individuals find themselves swept into the world of Asera, a world filled with magic, wonder, and peril. Starring Andrew Wilmore, Will Acton, Anthony Anderson, Jack Reuther, Nathan Dennison, David Nika, and the Dungeon Master Wes Bridges. It's time to dim the lights, raise the curtain, and let the show begin.
Welcome back, and so just to do a little bit of a recap, you were the party was on their journey southward, looking to get to the city of Zragos, where Lendris had said that her mate Ivberus had resided. The party is tasked to kind of do a wellness check, I guess, if you want to say, going and finding out what's going on with said Ivberus. And along the way, your first couple days of travel were relatively uneventful. Ren had made a nice owl bear skin feather cloak for 7, which is cute when it gets big and it remains the same. But along the way, you came across some bandits who were laying siege upon a husband, or a father, daughter, and grandfather. They were making their way out of Vulkstahd, the city to the south, and heading to their own little private farmland where they can honestly just rebuild after a recent fire. Upon defeating the bandits, some guards, conveniently, after all the action is done, guards show up. Typically how it happens in D&D. Or the guards show up and you kill the guards, one of the two. So the guards showed up afterwards and pointed out that this leader actually had a bounty on his head.
Bloody blade, right?
Yes, the bloody blade, very good. And whose double-bladed scimitar 7 had acquired. You were able to get a copy of the bounty signed or they said to use their name to kind of confirm that the bounty can be, you can get it.
Yeah.
And you can redeem your token. Redeem it in the city of Vulkstahd, which is actually where you all had just approached at the end of the last session. Again, when you were passing through the gates, you saw guards there, but these guards looked like they had, they were working in tandem, but it looked like multiple affiliations. Banner had seen the imagery of Brexana, his goddess, on one of them. There's other imagery on them. Those that have spent time in Eagronesia know that this is a faith state. It is dominated by the major religions in Asera. And I did the kind of comparison last session, but this is kind of if you were to take the Vatican, the Temple of Zeus, the Acropolis, like take the site of New Mecca, take every religious site and put it into like one zip code. This is essentially what Vulkstahd is. It is loud, it is bustling. The walls are easily 30, 40 feet tall, manned with roving sentries. But you have arrived in the city of Vulkstahd. What would you like to do?
I am immediately going to throw on my hood.
Okay.
So that I don't attract as much attention.
Okay. With your hood, so you have that branch that grows out the left side of your head?
I do. But
Does it
kind
cause
of wraps
a weird?
around,
Okay.
It kind of wraps around my face.
Okay, so it doesn't cause like an awkward, like with your hood up, just
right,
just sticking out
just
the
a little
head.
bit sticking out.
Yeah. Right. Okay, fair enough. And I meant to ask Ren, your horns in particular, are yours horns longer, or are they more, I'm going to say shallow, just for the sake of, are they shorter, longer?
They're kind of short and stout on the front side of the forehead,
Okay.
so if you're looking and talking her face on, you'll see them, but it's not something that's going to bump into others as she's walking around amidst the crowds.
Would you say kind of similar to kind of length of Hellboy without the crown on, so they're kind of about yay tall?
Yeah, but
And
not,
for those that are listening, yay is about 2 inches, 2 to 3 inches long?
not quite as thick, but yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was listening through the previous episodes, and I apologize to those listening because I did a lot of yeah, there, or this, and I gave a lot of theater of the mind that you literally need to see what I'm doing in order to have that theater.
Once we get video, it'll be good.
Oh yeah, yeah,
It'll be fine.
Which hopefully we should have that soon here.
Fingers crossed.
Theater
But yeah, so you throw your hood up, Aaron. Is it safe to say, well, Will is not here tonight. He is actually at his opening night for Fiddler on the Roof at Springfield's Municipal Opera. So break a leg out to Will. Will is going to have a one-on-one session with me a little bit in 2 weeks. So you guys here at the table can listen to that once that's up. But yeah, so we'll say that 7 with his owlbear fur feather coat or cloak.
He's got an update.
Yeah, he throws his hood on. He has the monk features of the beautiful outfit that Eldon had crafted in our first session. And Beakley ever nipping, and you hear that ting 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 sometimes on his tin.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I mean, I'd say first order, we should probably head over to do the bounty.
Turn in the bounty, yes.
Yes, we need to see Watch Master J. Emberhorn. Or Emberborn, I think.
Emberborn, yeah.
Right.
Because we have to give him that. I think that's the main thing, and then go to the Temple of Knowledge. That was the other thing that we had.
I think that was Temple Shien, right?
Shien, yes. Yes, that's exactly what it is.
What was the temple for? I don't remember this.
It's Temple of Knowledge. That was going to be our best bet to find where we need to go.
Oh,
for the
that's
city.
right. That's
yeah,
right.
because this is just a pit stop on the way. So yeah, I'd say bounty first. 'Cause we also
Actually, why don't we find a place to stable the horses, stow the
that's
wagon,
true.
and the base of operations, we know we can find each other again, should we need to.
Yeah. As you guys come in through the main city gates, like this is Asera is a multicultural world, as in like although there are pockets of you have your dwarves here or your elves here, there is a lot more of that that coexisting going on. So as you come in, you'll see a deeply red-skinned tiefling with long, elegant horns pass by one direction. You'll see a furbolg, the cowfolk of Asera, going in another. And conveniently, it is a furbolg that there is a stable kind of near the front gates that we'll say you guys park your weathered and weary horses, weathered and weary wagon and horses, and she's probably asking for a couple silver, nothing crazy. But we'll say you stable them, and this city is massive. If I had to equate it to a real world city, it would be close to main Chicago. I'm not counting the suburbs or anything, but the main city of Chicago. Where it takes you half an hour to drive a mile.
parking lots
So-
everywhere.
Yeah, there's just paid up park places just stacked, and you just hear multi-levels of horses and
Just
dragons.
wagons, yeah.
It's a dragon's delight.
Cartvana towers.
I don't want to shout at the food with the bottom.
Yeah, the stable hands, they hate it, but anyway. So yeah, it's a pretty large city, multiple districts. We'll say that for Odarin and Eldon and even Felix, because you will be the most familiar traveling in here or around this region. You know that the city is kind of carved up into basically a section for a major deity. There are a couple sections that are kind of downtrodden that no one really goes to, and those are dedicated to the god of death, the god of chaos, or gods and goddesses of chaos, death, the goddess, Kriva, the goddess of the grave. She is patroned a little bit more just because they are the ones that attend to all the rites for those that pass away. But we'll say that that's the kind of most common stuff. But yeah, what do you want to do?
Well, I mean, that's what he was saying for it, then we should probably, from where we dropped off the horses, is there an inn or a tavern nearby, or that we can see, I should say, without
Sure.
talking to anybody?
So there are multiple, they're in taverns, there's just taverns, there's inns. I mean, if we were to take Chicago, literally make it a fantasy place, it's what you're gonna have places to eat almost on every other corner, places to lodge, to do both. There's activity. You pass probably, even just a short amount of time you've been in the city, probably 2 or 3 various street performers or minstrels. Somebody juggling fire, somebody creating the fire and juggling just purely fire, not on a stick, just pure fire. But yeah, so we'll say that it's pretty easy enough that you're able to find a tavern.
And are
or
people-
a lodging place as well.
Are people walking around bearing weapons, armor, and all that? I mean, is that
a good
common?
So no one, when you came into the city, some of you are pretty apparent with what you have. No one stopped you. They clock you when they walk in, but you notice that they kind of did that with everyone, kind of a visual check.
Ocular pat down.
We'll say that like maybe somebody behind you gave kind of a suspicious kind of vibe, and they're like, hey, hold up for a second. It's the TSA essentially,
Yep.
only not the TSA. We love you, TSA. So not really, but yeah. So there are plenty of people that there are some with rapiers or short swords on their hip.
But holstered, not like just drawn while
No.
walking around.
No.
Okay.
That'd be
That being said, though, give me a perception check, everyone, or whoever wants to.
15.
Natural 20.
Whoa!
Okay.
Oh, good enough.
Ren,
So 23.
beautiful eyes.
Okay. Ren sees everything.
I'm too busy being freaked out about being in a big town.
Sure.
Just not comfortable.
Hey,
I
feel
Ren
bad.
sees into your soul. And what was your result?
So I'm trying to find my modifier. I'm on this now instead of my laptop. I got an 8 roll.
Okay. So.
What's your wisdom modifier?
Oh, there we go. That'd be good. Yeah. Okay, it's just 8.
Okay. So.
I'm not sure proficient.
And it's
Oh, yeah,
not
that's-
super hard to notice, but every now and again you'll hear like the overwhelming cheering of rather. It's safe to assume that if there is a sort of fun and revelry with music, with street performers, it's fair to say that there's probably somewhere people having combat for entertainment. And it's not even that hard to notice that kind of. I don't want to say over the skyline, but kind of a little bit higher up, so you see the tops of Coliseum-esque building. But yeah, you're able to easily find an inner tavern. There's actually one, the Loving Helmet. It is adorned with just roses on this helmet that's literally just hanging off the side, but it's like an oversized helmet. Like, it's comedically made to get the point across, but it's got like roses etched into it and everything, and the little plume that would be like for a centurion or a Roman helmet, again, is just like rows of roses.
What was the name again?
The Loving Helmet.
Nice.
Is it the loving helmet or the loving helmet? Kidding.
When you walk near it, it says, "I appreciate you for who you are."
It's just super loving, yeah. That makes sense. It's a sentient mountain.
You walk in and, well, I assume you walk in.
A point of order first. Do you mind if we kind of split up the administrative whatever we're doing here just so we can get to our job quicker? I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Watchmaster Emberborn myself and one other person, and the rest can set up the administrative issues.
Sit behind us at the bar.
I'm all
Lodgings?
for efficiency. Yeah, I mean, I'm down. I'm down for that. I say I don't know if anybody else needs to go with them, but definitely want to go talk to them.
I'm happy to go to gain some knowledge about where we're going.
Okay, so we have two people heading towards, I won't say that's heading, like, I will go with you, Oderin, if that's okay. They might have something, I could maybe learn a bit about myself there.
Sure.
If that's okay with you, Felix.
Hands out with me.
Okay, can equally stay with me.
Sure.
Ting, 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 ting.
Sure. I mean, I can't really hold him because he's about my size right now, so I think we're getting to that
It'd be
point.
holding like
Yeah.
a 9-month-old
Yeah.
Bernese mountain dog for you.
I
might
also
hurt a
wouldn't want to
little bit.
separate the little cub from the loving iron feather over here.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
The parental unit.
So we have Oderin, 7. Who else would like to go
Set the tavern. Set the light right.
set a tavern?
Lodgings.
Banner, what do you want to do?
I'll stay in the tavern.
Okay.
Actually, I got a.
We're not
something
only
else I
splitting
wanna
the
do.
party, we're splitting the party thrice.
Yes.
Yay! We're dying. No I'm kidding.
Split the party. Split the party.
Oh man, there's
I have the barbarian, I'm fine.
something Scoop and Shaggy figured out in the 70s that we all have yet to figure out in the 2020s. But so what we'll do is, actually for the sake of setting up lodging, we'll go with you first. So as you enter Eldon and Banner, you are greeted when you open the door with a beautiful floral aroma. It's not obnoxious like you're walking through like a beauty department store or something like that and you get hit every like which way, just dying from suffocation. No, it's very calming, very soothing. The people here, you can see there are nothing but smiles going around. Not loud and boisterous fun either, just everyone enjoying their company. You do see some, I want both of you to give me a religion check.
Putting drugs in the air.
I live in Chill Tavern.
Oh, nat 20.
Hey, what's up?
Guys, I'm starting to question that this is going to make a really hard turn if we fight.
It's fucking.
Oh, yeah, it will.
It's
Yeah.
going to.
I only roll 20s when it doesn't matter.
Remember, you're using that, so like it's going to pull those out.
It's gonna
Okay, you'll see some iconography. You don't quite recognize the banner. You walk in and you recognize imagery from Divian, the god in charge of art, joy, love, beauty. They are gender neutral.
Mhm.
So god or goddess, either one is fine with them. But it seems to be, after kind of seeing through here and kind of seeing what you're immediately is around you, you are more or less in the district that's devoted to them. And yeah, so everyone's just having a good time. What do you want to do?
I want to walk to the bar and
Sure.
get a drink and talk to the innkeeper.
So it is a 20-something old human female. She's got some red hair, not actually braided, unlike Pippi Longstocking. I'm aging myself. Actually, I would almost say if Wendy from Wendy's was an NPC, it would almost look like her. Just the freckles, the braided hair and everything. But about 20-something, very lovely. She goes, oh, hello, how are you? How can I help you?
We were looking, well, I need a drink first. And
Wonderful, okay, what, so,
Ale?
of course, house ale. And actually, she almost like she pulls out this little thing and just like sprinkles little flecks in there, and it just like shimmers as it goes down as it hits the ale. There's like little, I would almost say blossoms that pop in, and they're little different colors and everything. But it's also like very artesian as a barista would at a coffee shop. There's like designs in it. So there's little designs with little floating petals. She goes, is this your first time here in the city? Or?
Yes, actually.
Well, wonderful. Welcome, welcome.
Also,
Take a sip and it's wonderful, by the way.
Good.
And it's almost like edible with little things. It's sweet, which is contrasting to the little bitterness in the ale. But
I also was wondering what the price would be for lodging.
okay, is it you two?
There's 6 of us.
6.
Yes.
And a pet.
Okay. Ooh,
I'm not your extra fee.
how big is the pet?
Tiny.
Okay, that won't be a problem at all. So would you all want one room, or are you guys okay breaking it up? Or we can facilitate about 6 people in a room. It'd be tight, or we can break it up a little bit.
2? Yeah, let's say we 2.
There, you're not there, Tony.
I'm not, I wouldn't be there, Felix would be.
I think
So you're,
I'm just kidding. Would you? Based on those? I'm just saying. Dang it.
2 to a room.
2. Yes, I like it. 2 rooms.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be 4 copper a night, so it just depends on how many nights you're looking at staying. You could do pay by day if you want, or you could pay for a couple of days in advance. It's up to you.
Let's pay by day.
Yes.
Okay. So that's gonna be 6 copper right now, if you don't mind.
Hand over to 6 back.
Fantastic, thank you. And because it's your first time in the tavern, your drink is on me. And do you need anything, sir?
Yes, I'll have a beer.
So, do you want something like these has, or do you
I
want something
recommend
else?
this.
Because I mean, that's just a standard ale. We have some nicer stuff.
We'll try the ale.
Okay, fair enough.
Give me
So
the blossoms.
She does the same thing, and she's like, "Would you like the blossoms? You smell nice."
Ooh. I'll go with the beer.
Okay, she puts the vial down that she was gonna pour it. Like it's another one. They're not any size different of vials, but pours it in, and like they're a little bit bigger. Kind of hard to be artsy with that, but gives it to you. It's a little bit sweeter, hun, but I think you'll really enjoy it and everything. And it is quite good, quite good. So you guys gonna hang out here then while we cut to the other ones, or you guys basically gonna?
Pretty much going to go up to my room, stow most of my gear. Probably still keep the sword on, but take the armor off, helmet,
I'll try
shirt.
to catch up with parts of the group will know that this is where we are.
So what we'll say is, after you've all kind of decided here, we'll say that Felix and Ren, well, all 4 of you, 7, O'Darren, Felix, Ren, you'll kind of be heading in the same general direction because you don't necessarily know where to go yet. And we'll say that Eldon kind of picks up 10 minutes afterwards. I mean, you're walking around like lost puppies. Let's be real, like this is, you especially are like, this is overstimulating, okay? But
Just a little bit.
But there's not a kiosk, unfortunately, to tell you where you are and where you're going. But you do see some other people around. You see some guards passing through and everything. And you do notice it's not all vibrant. There's changings of tones and colors throughout the city. We'll say that you are able to get to this kind of, and if I had to equate the city to anything shape-wise, it's more or less like a wheel divided, and the spokes are creating the districts.
Nice.
If you want to think of it like that. So there's a central section, and then kind of pie pieces going around that. When you do get more near, you find out the center of town, there is a massive, and I say massive, it's probably a good like 400 feet around area. There is what looks like a marble-esque stage that's been crafted, and it's about 10 feet tall. on it you see notices. It is a board for all intents and purposes, but it also doubles as like a stage or a place from which to do an initial cry from, and then it gets spread out to the sections of the city. There is also in front of that a large brass bell, not unlike the Liberty Bell, but even larger. It looks old, but it doesn't look like it's not maintained. I wish there was a better way to describe it, but it doesn't look like it's been used in a long time, but someone is taking care of it. But that is all surrounded by beautifully landscaped areas of grass, and everyone seems to, for the most part, observe the do not step on the grass rule. Every now and again you'll see some people just kind of not care and then walk into this kind of darker section of the city. There are some sections that again look a little bit more elegant, the colors are more vibrant. There are some that are more, I don't want to say rudimentary, but more reserved in their craftsmanship and their color palettes and everything like that. There are some more militant looking, but you do notice also that kind of at where these wheels kind of meet, there is an image etched into like a giant marble, piece of marble, denoting what section is what, just because it's an iconography of a god. I'm going to say that, just the stuff that you've passed coming into the city, maybe some of the things that you've pointed out later on the way in. But yeah, you're seeing all these kind of different things. You see scales, you see kind of a sword and shield on one, you see this amorphous shape on that darker area that's all red and black and charred. But yeah, we've more or less found the hub of Vulkstahd.
Can I do like a check on that board for anything that talks about the Xi'an? Like
Sure.
Either do like a religion or investigation.
Sure. I'm not going to make well, let's do an investigation. That'd be the closest.
Okay. Because I was like, I know if that's something that looks like it.
Yeah.
A 10, straight 10.
So, either looking around, there's a lot of stuff here. From some people have put up their poetry. Some people have put up missing pets or missing persons or jobs needing to be done or just public decrees or something like that. But what you do notice is that the things that are kind of, I'm going to say, sanctioned by a faith or a church, they have that faith's logo printed on the page.
Kind of like a seal?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, a seal, that's what I was trying to think of. So there are some that you see the image that matches your warrant on there. There is being somewhat familiar. You do recognize, the imagery of Xi'an and everything. And so kind of going based off of this is what Xi'an is, that's where Xi'an is at, and okay, this is the mark of Raytaran, and Raytaran, god of protection, is that way, and that's who you have to speak up to the warrant. So you kind of have your bearings. There does seem to be a lot of notices, though, of break-ins, and it kind of seems like there's at least one from many of the faiths from some purpose or another. Not so much unsanctioned break-ins, and I say unsanctioned as in like there's not. It doesn't seem like there's a bunch of just random people posting this. Like these are official postings. Like, do you know about this break-in?
Yeah.
This break-in. This break-in. Some of it is in languages you don't understand, just because this is a cultural melting pot. Some of it you do, but yeah, it's kind of where you're at.
Okay. I think I'll relay that, kind of sharing it as we're going through, but like telling Ren, that's matching, telling Darren where everything is, just so we have an idea on where to split on.
And I'm gonna say that you guys track where you came from. That
Yeah.
way you don't get lost.
I think I'm drawing a little map in my notebook as we walk,
And,
just so that I keep things straight.
yeah.
Also, do I remember if there was like a symbol or any kind of marking on the bloody blade when we fought him?
No, not that you noticed, no.
Yeah, because he
Or
was.
that you specifically looked for. You did a detect or identify, if I'm not.
I did, yeah.
Identify, and there was nothing magical about the blade. It was a double-bladed scimitar. You didn't really notice anything. I mean, there was dings and cuts in it. It's been used.
Well, and I know, what was it, the guard told us that he was part of, my note said the Wax Sabers.
Black Saber.
Black Sabers,
Black
that's what it
Sabers,
was.
The wax.
The Wax Saber.
The most non-lethal blade there is.
But,
When we are forged, we are over.
because I knew I wanted to ask them about that, because we didn't know what big of a presence it was here in town. Because obviously, if we killed one of the people, how,
Yeah.
Right, that's.
word travels fast, obviously, so, yeah.
Can I
Okay.
use my thieves' cant to kind of look into these break-ins that are happening?
So, give me an investigation check. Just because we're getting to that time of the day.
The mood lighting.
16.
Okay. So, every now and again, you'll see some sort of thieves' cant on something written here, something written there. It's more or less like, hey, we have a job, or if you need to get rid of something without, getting on the down low. If you want to make some coin, just got the arbitrary, kind of stuff that if you're trying to be shady, you're going to be shady about. There does seem to be, at the end of every one of those, the same 4 specific characters that doesn't necessarily align with Thieves' Cant per se. So it's fair to deduce that it's not actually Thieves' Cant, but it is on every one of those ones that are, I'm going to say, less scrupulous in nature.
Yeah.
Each one of those posts. Yeah, but there's nothing necessarily, these posts asking for information on a break-in, they themselves are not all that descriptive, simply because if you're with Crime Stoppers and you're trying to find out about a crime, you're not going to give information on the crime for you to just get fed back and then pay about the information that you fed to the public.
Yeah.
So there's not much in the way of what happened. Just if there are some specific names that are placed on there. They seem to vary from scope between blacksmiths to taverns to even one of the temples even. But again, those are sanctioned posts. They have seals on them.
Gotcha.
But there's nothing intrinsically that you can pull from it to figure out more about these ratings other than they've been ratings.
Okay, I'm not sure if I could.
But they do number 10. We'll say that you do count 10 of them. And there are technically there are 21 districts. So half the districts have been hit. In some way, shape, or form. What do you want to do?
Well, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what if there was like a group or a gang behind it.
If I open my pumpkin seeds, this is going to be loud. I'm supposed to.
Hey, wait a minute, you're not even there.
What?
I thought you were at the end still.
No, I can't.
Oh, you didn't go with us.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got
He
you
stayed.
guys.
He stayed.
He
All right.
stayed.
Yeah.
I was like, hold on a second.
I'm trying to see if maybe there's.
Banner is taking a good rest. You know, like after you take that, you drive anywhere and you're like, man, this was a long trip.
Especially
I want to take a
the
nap.
armor.
No, I just packed my stuff away. I come downstairs, everybody's gone. It's just like in high school.
He got knocked unconscious, so
Do you
he's
wanna
still
go
recovering
look for
from
him?
that.
Okay.
Actually, I have a couple things to do, but
Okay.
there's side things.
I guess as
So
we walk, I'll see if one of those places that was hit is along the way, and I can pop it in.
okay.
Yeah, I'd
So
say
we'll
like
say from
these-
here, this is where the 3 and the 2 are gonna split up.
Yeah.
So Felix and Ren, you are going to be heading towards Raytaran's area. And then 7, Odarin, and Eldon will be heading towards Sheehan.
Okay.
And we're going to walk with Ren and with Felix first. And as you guys pass into this district, I say district just because it's either district, ward, it's simultaneous usage of the word. But you're seeing more sales of armaments and armor. Raytaran, give me a religion check, you two.
19.
12.
Okay. So, Raytaran is the god of protection. So, more or less, if you need to get something to protect you with yourself with, in terms of armor, and you see some magic shops here too. But this is more or less a district you go to. This is where some of the better crafted armaments can be found, arms and armaments.
What's I was gonna ask, what's the general like tech level around here? Because I know you said this is kind of like this is a major city, but like,
Right.
is there like a firearms person in the area, or do they even have that like?
So firearms are a relatively new invention. I'm not saying we're steampunkish yet.
Yeah.
Become steampunkish, there has been significant building along the mechanical, in the mechanical field.
Yeah.
This is still very magic based.
Okay.
The airships that you've traveled on are magic based. And there are even, some, I don't want to say like trolleys, but they're more like 4-person, like path designated golf carts that go around like you
Makes sense.
You put some copper in or some whatever in, and it takes you to someplace. And you typically see the people that are riding in that. It looks like they have one.
I'm just trying to get a vibe for it because I really like tech and stuff like that. And so if that would be the case, I'd be more focused on the architecture and the technology of the area.
So you're not seeing much in the way of that in this area. Again, it's more defensive in nature.
Makes
there
sense.
are some blacksmiths here. Just being again god of protection,
Yeah.
but also of strength is a subdomain. Realistically, any mainstream conventional form of protection this district has.
Okay.
This district has a lot of barricade-like-esque things you could order or buy.
Home defense.
Yeah, I hate to say that this is like the Pan Am of like Acera, but it kind of is directed that way.
Yeah.
When you are able, and all these districts are kind of built, there's one main drag going down each of them. Like I said, there's spokes.
Yeah.
And the temple to Raytaran at the end looks more like a bastion, like a fortress. One of the highest buildings. Windows don't even start till about 50 feet up, and there's slits. It's more or less like this is where arrows come out.
Yeah, arrows.
There are holes for hot oil and whatnot to come out. Any medieval traditional bastion. And you can notice that from a distance. You're still a ways off. But is there anything you want to try to take a look at or explore before you get there? I apologize. It says it's going to be a lot of
No,
names.
yeah, no, you're fine. I don't know about you because I'm pretty driven just to go there first and then either on the way back or once we talk to them about what we've seen. It's not like I want to go run off and go on like a shopping spree or something.
I just have a minor buy, but I know exactly what I want.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same fence of things, but that's what I'm saying. So like I'm good just going straight there first and then reporting back. with what we got.
It's a
Yeah.
shopping episode.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say, we're not doing a shopping episode unless everyone's on board for it, so that's why, yeah.
No, I'm perfectly fine going to see Watchmaster Emberborn first.
Perfect. Yeah, so like I'll make mental notes of like the magic place and obviously arms and armor or anything we see on that note. And I'm also trying to keep note of blacksmiths in the area, that kind of thing. But yeah, we're heading straight
Yeah.
there.
And I mean, you kind of pass some on the way in, but it's more like, I guess, specialty blacksmithing.
I got
Like
you.
the armor that you saw coming in is more pretty. It's pretty.
Yeah,
It's more, I guess, fashion over function.
I was about to say I'm more. So I
Yeah.
wouldn't really necessarily go my route for it. Are there any clock shops?
Not so much in this district.
That's okay. I need to make sure that is abundantly clear.
Yeah.
I need to see if there is one around here. But
Um,
all right, cool. Then yeah, let's go there.
This place is awful gaudy, isn't it? There's a lot of very opulescent armor pieces around here.
Yeah, I gotta at least respect, hey, if they're known for good stuff, if they got the time to make it fancy, fine. But as long as it stops a shot from something, that's all that really matters. That's all I really care about. I will make it abundantly clear too, I do not have anything out. Like, crossbow is like holstered in the back. Like, I don't have anything out. I do not. I want to look as non-threatening as possible.
Actually, I give you a perception check.
Okay.
About that time. 6.
I got a 5. We're
So-
taking in the sights more than we are.
Man, you are tourists.
Yeah,
You are going against the grain on this crosswalk, my guy.
Does it help that I
and
have like a massive, heavy crossbow, like slung
Oh,
on
yeah.
my person?
Well, and even as large as you are, there are larger.
Oh yeah.
There's always a bigger fish. So says Qui-Gon. So that's right. I mean, it's story. But yeah, Felix is more or less like trying to walk next to you, and then just in the crowd's kind of following behind, and using you as the icebreaker.
Very smart.
But yeah, we'll stay with some time you get there, and the closer that you get to this temple isn't even a good word.
Like keep.
fortress.
A keep.
Yeah, keep, fortress, whatever you want to call it. The closer you get, it just seems to even look more massive as you get closer. Kind of one of those like perception, depth perception tricks. But you see that there, as opposed to seeing a couple guards every now and again, you see like regiments outside the doors to this building. You see heavily crossbowed, from what you are able to see, along the perimeter walls that go to the outside of the city. But then, you see the tips of arrows poking out through those slits. This place is designed to be near impregnable, and if someone gets in, they are not going to live long.
I have a fun time.
So you near, and this big burly dwarf. Well, what do you want?
Hey, well met. Me and my friend here, we have a bounty to turn in. We're supposed to go to Watchmaster Emberborn.
I take out the bounty from my little duster.
Yeah.
So unscroll it. Here's the seal.
All right, stand there a moment. He
Yes,
steps
sir.
up, and two guards flank you from behind, and they give you pat downs. We got 2 crossbows, sir. Oh, 3 crossbows, sir. Do you have any other weapons on you
I mean, I have a mace
that
but
you
it's
are
not
not
range.
actively trying to hide?
Oh, no. I'll make sure they
Like
I'll
a
pull
hidden
everything
bag or
out.
anything. That's the only thing they won't find is like hidden blades or
I'll pull anything out that I even think might be classified as a weapon. Because
I have a rapier on my person, but it's there. The scabbard's there. It's all visible.
Yeah.
So 3 crossbows and a rapier, sir. All right. Keep those bolts to yourself. He just back fists his hand on the door twice. And these massive doors, about 10 feet high themselves, just crack outward ever so slowly. And these are stone doors. They are not going fast. They take their time. And they are waiting there. They're standing in front of, between you and the door until they are fully open.
Oh, it's the worst.
Oh man.
20 minutes
He
later.
kind of points you in, and he and 4 other guards will flank you as you go in until you are in. The doors close behind you, and then you can go on without.
Oh my gosh.
This is a regimented
40
place.
minutes later.
He gets a little impatient, but he definitely like doesn't make it obvious because that's just like, oh man,
Oh, yeah.
just standing here like,
Well, you see a group that's like trying to leave,
oh,
and they're like,
they just come down the steps right as the door finishes closing. Oh my god. Oh man, no.
"What you got, Ren?"
Is security always this cumbersome?
Well, this is the most protected and safe place in the whole city, and we are not going to be changing any practices anytime soon to make that any less so.
How long is shift?
This is the 3rd day for me.
Oof.
Apologies.
Oh, it's fine.
And he reaches like the only piece of like individuality that you've seen
His
out of
flair.
Zragos so far. He reaches into his pocket and like pulls out what looks like hardtack. He takes a bite and he just is almost like a smelling salt for him.
What's he
it
look?
just perks him
It's
right
like,
up.
what's he look like?
It's like pep pills.
Oh,
man,
he
for
has
purpose.
a big old bulbous nose and like his beard. I would love to say it's well trimmed, but after like 3 days, it is looking matted in some parts. Like he's been trying to groom at one point, but this armor is especially thick on these guards, respectively so.
Yeah.
But he walks you through these. A lot of dwarven iconography, or I should say not iconography, stonework around here. But he leads you through, and at the far end you see this. Well, you hear before you see the barking of orders. You hear, "No! Too much of a gap! Do it again! No! Again!" And just over and over again, and you start to hear this shuffling and clamoring of metal and everything. And you proceed deeper, you see this tall human female walking with arms behind her back, kind of cupping her hands behind her back, looking over this phalanx, attempt at a phalanx, that while their motions and movements look perfect to you all, everything she is finding an issue with. There is some reason or another, nothing unlike a drill instructor. One of them breaks eye contact with straight ahead and like looks at you, and she gets up and their face be like, not looking at you, but not looking at you, Red. But is there something that's more entertaining? Huh? And looks over at you. What do you want?
Hey, well met. Me and my friend here, we got a bounty to turn in. We were told to bring it straight to you.
Come forward. You out to the yard. And like the phalanx like turns and marches in order out towards the direction you came.
Ren takes out the rolled scrawl of the bounty. One bloody blade, please.
Indeed. You two took him by yourself?
Oh no, ma'am. We had another group with us, but they're indisposed at the moment.
Well, what proof do you have other than a name of a god?
Well,
We do have the bloody blade itself.
large double-bladed scimitar. I think that is kind of his iconic weapon of choice.
We were told,
The
yeah.
mentioning of the blade, that's where like the nodding. We just have to be sure. Never know who may be masquerading. All right.
Does masquerading happen a lot around here?
As of late, yes.
Is there a larger, after a little bit of prodding around with some of the civil servicemen around here, there's a black saber presence?
Just a long, drawn-out inhale and an equally long and drawn-out exhale. Yes, the sabers are here. Unfortunately, we have not found where they make their roost. Cannot get any sort of information on anything regarding them for fear of what they might do to their families, blah, blah, blah. whatever. Regardless, we have an issue in the city, and the Bloody Blade was one of those issues. So, I do thank you for that. And just gonna bring it. 500. Bring it. And this guard, I say guard, but it's almost like Hiccup from How to Train Your Dragon.
Nice.
Like super like, here you go.
Okay, yeah, I was saying, are we talking about number 1 or are we talking about number 3? Because
Number 3, he got
he does a Chris Evans transformation,
Oh, yeah.
and I just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Super Viking serum, yeah.
Yeah,
Here you go, man. And just one hands this sack, and you being the person that gave her the bounty, just drops it.
makes sense.
If you come across any other information, we would love to hear about it. Surely, and if it can be corroborated, I'm willing to pay some coin for your efforts.
Yes, ma'am. Much obliged.
A quick question before we leave.
Yes.
First time here in Vulkstahd. What's with...
Welcome to Vulkstahd, the center of faith for a Sarah.
No, you're
It's
okay.
alright.
You're okay with that.
Master Emperor.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really do. But no, you don't need to do that.
I think we just all noticed, what's the deal with the large Colosseum?
Yeah, I did see that, didn't we? Dang. That seems to be a big deal.
And heard it.
Yeah, actually, we heard it first.
Yes, that is where the pits is what they're called to the layman. That is where we have our entertainment for those that enjoy martial combat. There seems to be some sort of fight or event happening weekly, if not daily. But we delight in those that enjoy a good fight.
Hey, there you go. Makes sense to me. Oh, man.
Well, it's located in Brexana's district.
Okay.
Is that more of a sponsored thing, or is it like a free participation, or what's...
And she looks over at Hiccup. I'm going to call him Hiccup anyway. I have done both, ma'am. I have been sponsored and I've gone on my own. And he's one of our strongest compatriots here, so yes.
All right, man. Hey, good. I mean, we just didn't know if it was like a
Insight
forced.
check. Hold on.
I would say
Go for it.
I didn't know if it was going to be more of a forced participation.
18.
Her face is the equivalent of a mountain.
Ah.
It is stern and unwavering or changing.
But what about Hiccup?
Hiccup is glowing. Hiccup is just
so
like
he
ear
was-
to ear.
You must have had a really good time then.
Okay.
Nephew, go. And he just, okay, bye, Auntie. And he just runs off.
Thank you.
Oh, that makes sense, they're related. Well,
Was that like, how long was that?
Just a little aside.
Okay.
I got it. Dude, man, hey, we don't need to do that. Let's not do that. We don't need
I put
that.
nepotism in D&D, what's up?
Let's say we don't need that. We do not need that. All right. No, I was just more wondering because I didn't know if it was mandatory,
Sure.
or if it's all on the up and up in that kind of sort of thing. So that might be something we might want to look into.
well, I'm usually, nefarious forces like to go up on better rounds and hang around those situations.
For
where
sure.
Gambling is
yeah.
afoot, so Black Sabers might be involved around the Coliseum.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah. Do if we get any information, I mean, do we come straight to you, or do we go back? I didn't know if point of order, because obviously, I mean, you're up here training people. We don't want to be coming at you every little snippet of information we have.
You can speak to the watch leader, whoever's at the main gate at the time.
Perfect. Sounds good to me. I mean, other than that, I didn't have anything else other than Black Sabers. That was the other point of order for me. So.
And it's over the course of the conversation, you can She is probably the least armored person in this place, but not to say that she's not armored at all. She's wearing a beautiful silver cuirass with kind of, it is very Legionnaire-esque, Roman Legionnaire-esque. But her greaves, her shin guards, everything just seems exceptionally thickly plated, but she moves as if she's wearing nothing almost.
Elden Ring rules, so we do not mess with her. The
She,
less imposing, the worse it's going to be.
She is let me solo her and just runs around.
Yeah,
with a pumpkin.
Not on this lesson. No.
Runs around with just boxing. No, I'm kidding.
Nope.
But yeah, you can definitely see the definition and the tone of what muscles, and obviously game respects game. But yeah, anything else I can help you find folks with?
It was nice meeting you, Watchmaster.
Yes, it is a pleasure. Hopefully, if we get any information, you will be the first to know. Well, your guard will be the first
Please.
to know.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Can you tell that one to stop staring? It's a bit
You fix your face!
unbecoming.
Oh man! Oh man! Oh. He just snaps right back. Poor guy. He was ugly when you and
Hey.
just right back to the beginning, or right back to the front. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, I say take a little mini bow and let's head back. We got back with the gold.
She gives a little head down, tilt downwards towards you, and then you'll be guided back out by the watch leader.
45 minutes later at the door.
Yeah, no other group has come out, right?
Oh, my God.
Well, actually, that group went out when you guys came. But you get there and you have to wait for the pomp and circumstance. You have two flanking you from behind again. The doors go all the way open and you are proceeded out. They have to close before you are released again.
It's like her triceps had triceps.
Man.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
Imposing. And I love every minute of it.
Okay, we're gonna pause there and jump to 7 O'Darren and I mean, Dan, are you doing anything else? Do you want to go? You said you had something, right?
Well, yeah, just a couple
Okay.
small things to do on the sides.
Okay, let me do them real quick. So, Eldon, 7 O'Darren, you are heading into the Sheehan's district, and here is where you see more of the creations, the equivalent to clockwork things. You will see a firearms salesman or tinker shops. You see this in this district. Can I get a religion check out of you two? Okay. Okay. So, Aaron, you know that Sheehan is the god of knowledge, but also mysteries. So there is a lot of, as you're passing down the main drag, every now and again from buildings, you'll see like a flash of something on the inside. It's safe to say that experimentation happens a lot in this district, as they are trying to learn and discover and grow. And every now and again you hear like a or something, not like so it like blows up a block or anything, but there's a failed or successful experiment that might have happened somewhere nearby. But this is definitely more of your, I don't want to say intellectual and rule out every other district, but this is where a lot of them meet. There's a lot more bookstores, libraries, and as you, or is there anywhere specific like that you might be interested in before you reach Sheen's temple?
I think as I'm walking through, probably behind 7, because let's face it,
Oh yeah.
I'm still going to be taking notes in my notebook, and I'm going to jot down which direction,
Sure.
which deity, which section
Sure.
is. But every now and then, it'll be like the cartoon where the head kind of stops, but the body keeps walking. And then I'll snap back and just like focus in on one of the stores and just be completely baffled by what's going on and take notes, and I'll definitely note where every bookstore is.
Sure.
And every little tinkering spot as we're walking.
Thank you. So we progress onward, and
It's a slow progression.
oh yeah, take your time. And you see at the end of this this domed building, there are some guards, not as many as compatriots ran into, but there's still a fair amount here because you protect your knowledge. You don't leave it unkept for anyone to steal or destroy. Library of Alexandria. So you arrive there, and there is a guard. Be like, good day. How can we help you? And I'm like looking kind of up at 7.
Well, we are, we're kind of looking for some information.
Well, this is the place to find it if you wish. Do you have an appointment already, or?
No.
Okay.
We're new in town, and this is really many of our first times here, so we didn't really know we needed an appointment.
Okay. Well, then let me see who might be available at the desk to speak with you, if you don't mind waiting here for a moment.
Oh, sure. Thank you.
The gentleman turns around, and it is only than that. Look, normal human, except you get some pointy ears, but when they turn and start walking, you see this spiked tail behind, or this forked tail, I should say, behind them. Aside from looking like a human, this tiefling gentleman walks in.
Darren's going to do one of the head cock to the side to kind of get a better look because it didn't register that this person
The
was
tail
actually-
just, you just see his tail, like a single tail, and then it splits into 2 at the end as he walks in. And you wait probably 5-10 minutes. Not gonna lie, it's a minute.
I'll tap 7. Like, we're going to learn a lot here.
I hope so. That'd be most advantageous.
I'm just going to keep jotting notes.
How do you feel about all this other?
I'm just
You're about to go into a bookstore.
I'm looking around at everything.
Okay.
Find this.
Every now and again, we'll just say as because you're taking a long walk because of Darren's like essentially going ooh something shiny, ooh something shiny.
Squirrel.
Every now and again, and I say that, but it's not as often as that. You will see some sort of a thieves' cant symbol. This one matches on all the buildings in this district. So whether you go to this building on this side, like on the corner of the building, you'll see a little image. If you were to look on the other side of the street, on the other building, same image, and kind of every building in this district has the same image.
Is it the image that I saw on the sheets?
One of the characters, but you don't see any of the other 3. And I apologize, I have characters and I didn't save it. I deleted the document. So I gotta do that again. But yeah, so after about 10 minutes, the gentleman comes back out. Well, actually, somebody is able to speak with you if you want to proceed on in. Do we need to be worried or concerned? Must we need to send a guard with you? We hope that we can trust you, but obviously we don't want to.
I mean, don't let our big friend here fool you. He's a big softy.
You hear ting 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 from Bakery hitting on him.
We're here for knowledge. We're not here for blood.
And while Darren, you have your book specifically hidden. They're able to kind of make out the shapes and of some other books that you have on here. You're like, okay. There are some guards posted on the inside, so if you do feel like being rumpus, then that we will do what we need to. But you know, and it's like Belle being introduced to Beast's Library and Beauty and the Beast. Like you open the doors and just walls upon walls upon walls of books and parchments, tomes, ladders going up to them. Some people floating up to them. But there is like one, and there is like a desk up front. But then behind it, it is a lot like reading tables behind them. You see a lot of the people here are dressed in the same garb, which is very, I'm going to say monkish in style. Think of it almost like a maester from Game of Thrones. More shawls with, they have some necklaces on of like, but nothing fantastical, just kind of signifying their status. And there is a halfling that you are being walked towards before you hear, I will speak to them myself, as a dragonborn, an older dragonborn man walks with you with his towards you with his cane. You see what in his prime must have been a beautiful golden color, but now has, with age, dulled a bit. Looks more like gold leafing than gold itself now. The halfling that you were being taken to is, a bookmaster. Yes, sir. Shall I go about? Yes, you may, young man. Go! And waves off the little halfling. Okay. And he kind of scurries off. Your guard speaks to you. This is Bookmaster Teolok. That's Teolok. And he'll be assisting you with whatever, I guess, you may need. This is rare indeed. Rare for you, young man, but not for me. Go about, you're doing a wonderful job, yes. And so the guard heads back to his post. How can I help you all today? And looks up at like the spectacles that are like sitting on the bridge of his snout. He like adjusts a little bit and then just realizes, no, it doesn't help either way. You are tall, sir.
As we walk in, my shoulders kind of drop a little bit. Like I feel more comfortable being surrounded by all these books. And as we walk up to the bookmaster, I'm going to take off my hood to show respect.
Aha! Hello, sir.
He was just as strange to me the first time I saw him, too. I'm going to pat that on the side.
I haven't seen one of you in a long time. And so just, oh? And
Collective gasp, record drop.
that
Or
is
mic drop.
where, for all intents and purposes, I'm going to stop responding as 7, because that is where he and I will be picking up later.
That's delightful.
Yes, not many of your kind here, sir. And looking specifically at you there, and welcome to you, young man. So not to be that guy. It's hard to judge your kind's race, age.
No offense taken.
Okay, young man.
That works for me.
Young man, it is.
So, I think we should probably do our main business first.
Yes.
We're here to kind of get some information on Zragos. We were told that it's a town around here somewhere. Southwest of the bay, I believe. But I'm not quite sure where.
Is it, apologize, I'm not familiar with the name of Zragos. We can certainly look into what we have. Is it a town? Is it a city? Or what are we?
It's probably an ancient city.
Many of those sites around here. There are a few to the south, but some of those being many days' journey apart. Is there anything descriptive about the city that we can research for you? I'm not going to lie, it will take some time for me to discover, or for us to discover where the city may lie.
Did she describe anything about it? But it's
I
similar
don't
to.
remember her describing anything about it.
Ventress only said it was a city to the south, or southwest, but you also have to realize that for her, like, her perception of time
Yeah.
Long ago.
something could be there that isn't there or is there. Like, honestly, there is really no.
I'm gonna pause for a second, and then I'm going to remember that
Yeah, we'll say
This-
it popped up.
her ancient, we found her in an ancient elven
It's true.
ruin.
Oh,
So,
where, Britain?
um,
Are you saying this out loud?
no.
Oh, never
Never mind!
In your own little mind palace, you're talking
Right.
to yourself.
This is me talking out loud.
Yeah.
So, I want to say it might be an elven city. Ancient, maybe. Probably ruins. Some interesting ruins. Yeah, that sounds about right.
So you're trying to find a city that may or may not be elven, may or may not be ancient, and may or may not have runes.
I mean,
Yes.
yeah.
That's almost every city of ancient report. But if it is here in Eagronesia, we do have some records that we can look into for you if you wish, or if you wish to stay and look into it yourself as well. That is an option.
So setting up a bedroll isn't frowned upon?
It's literally what he says.
Maybe it isn't common practice, but we also don't have many people coming in asking about this aside from other scholars and
Definitely taking you all in and out, like up and down, in and out, up and down, four-dimensionally. Because of that one, pointing at 7, I am more prone to lend more credibility to you than I would the average wanderer by.
Well, I appreciate that.
Can I remember if she said her name? The little girl.
Lendress? She said her name was Lendress.
Thank you! I was like,
There may
gonna
be
break
something.
the arms of the chairs, I'm sorry.
I speak to the master. The name Lindris comes to this.
There has been many, that is a name I'm quite familiar with. And there have been reports throughout the centuries of a Lendress who appears and disappears. There's talks from her being a werewolf to a dragon to a goblin warlord to being a siren who lured men in. And also her tale of her being a benevolent spirit of her that looks kindly upon travelers. The reports are inconsistent, but the name is always spelled the same.
What about?
We met Lindris.
Ha! Poppycock!
She's the one who told us to go to this town.
You're pulling my tail.
No tail pulling, sir. She appeared to us as a little girl in the ancient elven city.
Pray tell, what is the name of this city?
Yeah, go in your notes. I'm gonna make you go for this fact. Go get it.
I kind of looked
Let's
over
say,
there.
check those notes out, no taker.
Aerith Coley?
There have been old parchments with the name Ethkoli, but it's always of a place, but not really a script in and of itself. Just this was done here, this was sent to this place, it came from this place. But what we have gathered, looking around, just kind of. Would you like to sit down?
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
That was a redundant question. I want you to sit down. Come. He turns around and just kind of, I don't want to say Yoda walks it with the cane, but like it takes him a minute. Please, sit. You move, scoot down. Because these are kind of longer, I would say, family style seating.
While we're walking, can I just peer around and see if I notice any books that would catch my eye?
Give me a perception check.
Let's bet it'd be a sensory overload for you.
You're right.
Well, that was a natural 19, so...
Oh, salt check, all y'all die. I don't know how to do that with a metal.
That's a
but I'll figure it out.
23.
So, there is a section that is iron gated off. There are even, you see, very Doctor Strange-ish, there are some chains over some books and everything. There are some parchment cylinders. I don't know what the best term is, but you see many parchment cylinders. You see some runes etched on the end of some of those. It's the restricted section. But there is, with this being your first time here, this isn't like a real library where it says fiction, nonfiction, like anthropology or something like that. It's just, it's a lot of books.
I imagine just something.
But we'll say that you do catch that.
The rooms that you mentioned.
Some of them you recognize, but not like the runes that you're talking about, that you are curious about.
Okay.
They just look more like wards, more than anything. So, Elliot Coley, from perusal of information, tells us that it at one point might have been a larger city in Eagronesia prior to the Ash Wars, prior to the collapse. Unfortunately, we do not know much, for there is, quite frankly, little to no surviving text or documentation from that time. Due to scarcity, many tomes and books were burned for want. And of course, in kind of the same reaction as you, Darren, like kind of a disgusted, saddened, and disappointed reaction as he says those words. But that is what we know of Eagronesia Coley. We do not know where it is, where it was, might have been, might still be, who knows. But yes, that is what we know of Eagronesia Coley. I wish to know more about this Lendress that you met. Tell me. Words. A little girl, you say?
Yes. With telepathic powers, actually. Glowing eyes.
She did speak to us in our...
1 second. And like waves his hand. You can see this piece of parchment just kind of float over in a quill. Begin writing. No ink is necessary. This quill is writing.
Cool.
Immediately get a job.
Yes, proceed. And as you are speaking, it is writing as it goes. And the ink is changing based on who is speaking.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's pretty awesome.
The town was surrounded in a mist that she controlled, I believe.
Yeah, it was very strange.
And she showed us things that we wanted.
Was the city whole?
No.
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 We passed-
It was very destroyed.
Yes.
Where was this?
Oh, what was the town where we came through? It was not far from our first village.
DM has
And while you're doing that, that's your time to take a quick snack.
Near Ashland Falls?
Oh, but in the wilderness?
Yeah.
Yes, we had to go into the woods to find it. We actually fought owlbears before we got there.
You see, and it's written, there is some Draconic, there's some Common, but whenever you speak, your language is what's being written. So just because the paper is floating kind of around, you see Elven, you see your halfling, correct?
What now?
What, you're a halfling?
Yeah, halfling,
Yeah,
yes.
you see halfling, you see Draconic whenever he speaks, but he underlines Ashland Falls.
Yes, well, I might have to send some people there some scholars there to dig and learn more about the city. That'd be wonderful. Was Lendris malevolent?
Neutral.
Well,
Doesn't it suck when he's
It's a ping in her head, like, oh, somebody's trying to talk about Magic Lady.
You remember there's a toenail in your pocket. No, I'm just kidding.
I was contemplating it.
You just hear screaming coming from the pocket.
she was very cute.
She was young, yes.
Mm.
Like a daughter.
Have you heard the name Yivburus?
Yes. The names were synonymous with Lendris and Ilburus many times. In fact, there was the name is also associated with the Weeping Cities herself.
The Weeping City.
Yes.
And you kind of see the light bulbs kind of go on in this, so it kind of is like,
I think you might be. Oh, I think you're looking for the Weeping City.
The Weeping City.
Yes.
How far is it from here?
Not but 3 days.
Southwest.
south, then a little bit southwest, which would track with it being about a week from where Lendris was.
What do we know about their connection?
The two names were synonymous, but we don't know much about either or. Ilburus was definitely the more malevolent of the two. Sightings said that, well, I want to be honest, was more draconic in nature. They're not of my kind, if you know what I'm saying. But as Ilburus at one point assailed the Weeping City, and it is said that there's points where the city still burns because of it.
When did this happen?
Near the end of the Ash Wars, it was the armies of man and human folk and humanoid folk and all sorts of folk, more or less, not just humans, attempted to quell this beast who had taken over being its protector. And in the result of the city being laid siege for 3 years before it was sacked. But unfortunately, many unconfirmed reports come from the city of hauntings and sounds of weeping, hence the name the Weeping City. But it always seems to rain ash like tears as well.
Fascinating.
Many of those that lived within its walls did not escape.
What about around the city? Has life returned around it?
Oh yes,
Outposts, villages.
yes. Blackwatch Haven is right up the river from there. If you were to go to the bay and follow the coastline directly south, you'd run right into it. But it is you said you're new, right?
But this town.
That
is-
makes sense, because it is a major port city here in Eagronesia.
Ah,
A lot of our fisheries are there, and a lot of our trade comes through the bay through there.
we'll get an outpost before we get to the town, to the Weeping City.
If you're going to the Weeping City, I suggest it being more than you three.
We have a party of 6.
That's more than 3, congratulations. Touche.
We doubled it.
200% better. 100% better? 200% better.
200, I think.
Who cares? Okay.
I think he would say 100%.
100% better, yeah. Because 50 would be 1.5.
Yeah.
So
okay.
100%.
There we go.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Learning percentages.
Yay!
Hey, we got it,
We're
guys.
educational now.
P&D doesn't use math.
Do we know of any gangs that have set up inside the city or around it? We should be on the
Or
lookout.
monsters.
Yes, or monsters to be on the lookout
No,
for.
the ominous foreboding feeling that many have gotten there is enough of a deterrent from people going there. Like I said, some that claim they hear the wailing of those who could not get away. I don't believe in that poppycock, but nonetheless, if you do go because of what is unknown, I would come prepared. But what is, if you don't mind me asking, what is the purpose of going to this Weeping City, Zragos?
Honestly, a wellness check from Lindris.
Everything's dead there. Check done.
Well, she's looking for him.
Well,
Lendris is looking for Hibberus?
Yes.
I mean,
I don't know about
we thought
looking
everything
for.
was dead at Aerith Coley as well. But the cute little girl was there. So,
As long as a cute little girl is there, we should do whatever she says, shouldn't we?
Oh, Darren, I don't believe she was a little girl.
well,
For real.
probably not. But it was interesting to say the least.
It was interesting, but the presence could not ignore it. But she tasked us with finding him. Not to bring him back, but honestly just to check on him and report back to her.
How would you feel if you give us a day and we can get you all of the information that we have about the Weeping City? If you would arrive here tomorrow, we can provide you with this information to hopefully make your preparation and your trek hopefully fairer.
I think a day we have time. We got a tavern or inn for the day, yes,
It'll be 2 gold.
for the information.
For the research, the preparation, the copying of the documents. and
I
everything.
got it.
Okay.
Fantastic, thank you. And he just reaches out his claw and everything
Okay.
and just
Check it.
kind of wraps it around and like there's that moment. There's a gold dragonborn, but you still got that dragon part out of him. He's like,
Okay, is there a way to
bites it, make sure it's gold and everything.
check if he's like, I don't know, trustworthy?
Insight.
Insight.
Good old insight.
Dan, you're up next, Dan. Forgot about you.
All right.
I forgot about you, bud.
I'm ready to go. I'm gonna shop the hell out of this town. Heck.
He's been doing calisthenics for hours. He is so ripped it's not even funny.
Whoa! His triceps have triceps.
seem to stop.
His washboard has a washboard on it.
Oh, man.
I got a 13.
Seems pretty forthright.
Okay.
Um, But there's always that air of, and it's always kind of been around him that like, there's some stuff that maybe you're not completely privy to, which Sheehan being the god of knowledge and mysteries, it's not that far off the mark.
Okay.
But I am going to say, for the sake of listening right now, 7 pipes up. You said that you you've not seen one of me in a long time. Do you have information on me? Maybe not of you, sir, but well, if you wouldn't mind staying with me as well, we can read together. Because I feel this would be as instructive for me to learn about you as to you to learn about, I guess, yourself. If you two don't mind,
By all means, man.
Beakley, I don't think can stay though. Oh yeah. And then you didn't even notice because underneath the cloak was Beakley.
Yes, no pets allowed. Sorry.
I can't carry that back to the inn by myself.
Oh no, I have an 8 strength. I'm not carrying either.
I'm not here. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm gonna
I can send someone
Pull.
to get Beakley?
I'm gonna pull my cloak around and rip off the bottom part of it, and I'm gonna
I'm a halfling.
wrap it up like a harness on Beakley so that he can walk with us.
Oh no.
I thought you were making baby Bjorn at first.
So did I.
This is completely different to do. Okay.
We just need to make a Pokeball.
Like a leash. A Pokemon.
Listen,
Please.
Let's invent a Pokeball, guys. We can do that.
We're in the biggest city around.
I cannot carry Beakley. I just can't do it. I could barely carry Nevermore.
So
Was it fantastic? Well, if you compatriots would like to come with maybe the rest of your compadres tomorrow, we can review what we have found and
Because you're staying, right, O'Darren?
I probably shouldn't. I don't really want to. But I probably should.
You can. I can go back to the inn. But I cannot carry Beakley. Look at me, O'Darren. I'm shorter than you.
Let's work to get Beakley back first. And then,
You can come back by yourself.
yeah.
Okay.
So let's say that you two leave and make your way back to the inn.
Yeah.
You mentioned a firearm store on my side. There's.
Okay, after Banner.
Yes, of course.
Banner.
So ironic that we're talking about the difficulties in doing Beakley, because I was going to do a little shopping, perhaps specialty purchasing as a surprise for the two parents in the group. Something along the lines of a backpack harness
Yes.
that we can build for Beakley, and that they can even attach a leash to so he can walk. So I'm going to commission somebody to do that and pay extra to get it done by tomorrow.
Monkey backpacks that have a leash attached to it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you want this something that will be able to
Adjustable straps.
as you go? Okay.
Man, if that could go all the way up to near adulthood, that would be pretty cool.
So,
Yes.
you find a leather worker who is working on, you see various sized harnesses for regular steeds, and you describe what's going on for people.
Yep.
And they're like, an owl bear? You want a harness for an owl bear, for your back?
Or front. You could work on the
So
front.
it's reversible?
Sure, well, they can wear it however they want.
Okay, is it for you?
No. But it could be. There are different people that might be wearing this.
I want to raise my hand in the air, and you tell me stop. Just tell me how tall the person is.
All right.
And like this person, they're probably like 5'9", 5'10", and they start low. And they're like,
Keep going. Keep going. Yes, you are almost to your head. There we go. Keep going. No, a little more. A little more. Little more. Keep. Let me get you this stool.
they have, like
That
the
should
eyes
do
just wide and like mouth drop, like what the hell? And just they get on top of the stool and they go a little bit about 7's height.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you want something that will fit this, but also fit you maybe.
Yeah, adjustable.
Everything's adjustable about
I
it.
love it.
Okay.
I love
Use your imagination, man. You can do it.
Here's my question.
Yes.
That's going to be a lot of harness in general to create that, so it's not only adjustable to the owl bear, but adjustable to you and or apparently your Goliath type friend. So
Yes.
what I can do is I know an enchanter where we could potentially create this harness so that whoever is wearing the harness, it can adjust to whatever creature is wearing it and it's being used on.
I like it.
Maybe.
Ultimate
got that.
We've done something in the past where like you got a pony and it becomes a horse and everything, and the harness changed to the horse. So this is kind of a twofold effect, but it's gonna cost money.
How much are we talking?
I'd have to talk to the enchanter. The leather itself, it wouldn't be all that much, honestly. It'd probably be like 10 gold. But this kind of, I'm gonna be honest, the enchantment before was about 500 gold. And you're asking for 2, so I'm gonna be honest, it's probably gonna be around $1,000 for the enchanter's job.
I don't have that much myself, but let's go with
What do you
That's a good question. I'm not sure how much we have.
Yeah, our coffer is kind of just still, we're working on that at the moment.
We had a message about the trip, like someone.
All right, well, yeah, you just, I guess,
Oh, okay, I thought so,
when you find out how much money you have. So hold on. This, for a hardest for an owlbear, it's gonna vary in size. For a user who's gonna vary in size, who has a corn pouch, which may vary in size. Okay, this.
If it's cheaper, make
sounds,
two.
What?
If it's cheaper, make 2. Make 1 for the 7-foot friend, 1 for me.
Well, it's,
Someone of
like I
my
said, it's gonna cost.
Those are no enchantments.
You're meaning,
Yeah,
yeah.
No,
do enchantment, so it's
I
probably
mean-
gonna be 500.
No, the non-enchanted.
Okay. If you want to, it's probably gonna be like, we'll say 25 gold for both.
How long to make?
Roughly how big is the owl bear now?
Oh, measure out. I don't remember how big he
It
is.
is about, yeah.
Two, 2.5 feet tall or long.
It's like a halfling size.
Alright,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. Alright.
And look, at some point, he's gonna be big enough that he'll be walking on his own anyway. We're only talking for
Writing him.
maybe 6 months.
Probably right there.
I could actually.
I have no clue how quickly owl bears age, so I'm gonna go based on.
I'll be
your
honest,
knowledge.
neither do I.
Man,
We'll
this
find
sounds
out.
like a great deal as we keep going more and more. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna say 25 gold for me. I mean, how quickly you want this done?
How soon?
Yeah.
How soon can he do it? Do you have to sleep tonight? I can pay you
Like
that.
to, the wife would like me to, but I mean, I guess I don't have to.
Well, I mean, if you could get it by tomorrow, I'd make it worth your while.
30 and I can have it done by tomorrow.
We'll take it.
Now, final question. Do you want the small one to fit you and the big one to fit your big friend, or?
Yes, but there's some adjustment we can make.
Yeah, I can do a little bit in there, yeah, nothing too crazy. It is gonna be like, it's that way backpack.
I don't think my gnomish friend will be able to wear it, so
Oh, yeah.
I think the owlbear is bigger than he is.
Is it gonna eat your friend?
I guess that remains to be seen. We'll see how.
You
how things
are
go.
a ball of mystery, and I like it. Because nothing is definite, and I love it.
Then my work here is complete.
And my work is just beginning.
Yes.
So,
See you tomorrow around this time.
if you don't mind, can I get like half up front? Just 'cause,
Oh,
like-
absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
I'll give that.
Okay, so 15 gold is good. And he just turns around and like, you see him turn around and like actually go next door and starts measuring out a pig. About that size.
Perfect.
Based on the dimensions you give. Anything else, man?
Yes, I'm headed to Brexana's section of town, and I'm going to check out the temple. Just basically check in, see what's there, who's
Sure.
there.
Sure. We're gonna pause at you. Felix and Ren, anything?
I'm waiting to hear back from them, because, like I said, I
Are you guys heading back to the inn?
On the way back, I was going to stop and get some. See if there's a hand crossbow in stock somewhere, just so I can have a second one.
Oh, plenty. It's almost like hanging in the window like poultries.
Nice.
Like rotisserie style poultries. Just you see hand axes, you see crossbows, heavy, light, hand crossbows. You walk in and there is this beautifully golden with these black spots over them tabaxi. Just, hello, how can I help you?
Hi, I see you're hanging stock here. Hand crossbows. How much do you usually charge?
Well, for those, it cost about 20 silver for a hand crossbow. If you don't want anything fancy, it's just 20 silver.
Just she's kind of like holding the craftsmanship, looking at it.
It's not bad. I mean, but it is produced en masse. So,
Yeah, I was saying, I'm in there with you if you're looking at stuff. Team crossbows.
I don't want to say there's like
Team
a
crossbow.
Ford production line,
Yeah.
but essentially the quality of it.
So it's like just run of the mill. It's not like cheapo knockoff, but it's also not like top shelf.
Right. It's you're not getting Walmart brand, but you're not paying through the teeth for like bulk Sam's Club or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
How about 15 silver? Well, I'm trying to do a thing to see.
Oh.
I got a thing.
You just buy one. If you buy two, I can give you 15 silver each, so it'd be 30 silver.
Maybe I'll pay 20 for the hand crossbow and a quarrel or a pack of crossbow bolts.
And she's just sitting like that, just paws, just.
Do you have different sizes for these hand crossbows? Like I purposely just break the tension.
Yes, over there.
All right.
And it's not even like a bad tension. It's more like a kind of tension.
I do not pick up on that at all.
Yes. Feel,
All right, thank you. I appreciate it.
of course.
Do you guys have anything? Trying to think of the best way to say this without being impolite. Do you have some top shelf merchandise of this variety around here?
We do. My price points are about the average. If you're wanting something fantastical, you can always buy something here and have it enchanted. But if you want something pre-enchanted, you're going to have to go to either one of the enchanters in town, or there are a couple of armorers in town that do sell the quote top shelf things.
Perfect.
But we're more for your middle, kind of your everyday man kind of purchase.
Yeah. No, I
Yes.
definitely understand that. Hey, Ren, are you doing one or two? Because I mean, I'll pitch in if you're going to get second. I think there's a lot of good. This is a good starting point for me for working on a model.
If you're willing to do two, I will give you both with cores of bolts for both of them for 30.
I don't really need bolts for mine. So yeah.
Oh, it's just an ornamental piece. Fantastic.
Yeah, that's what it is. So either you can take my bolts.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. This is for show. So if you want the bolts, that's fine. But I don't need any of that.
Sounds like a deal for me.
And it is.
Perfect.
Anything else I can help you to find?
You were talking about, so is there a specific place that does the enchanting for some items, or is that like, I know you mentioned it before.
So the
Oh, man, give me a moment here.
No worry.
Screw the frog rooms.
Can you make one of those?
apologies.
Blacksmith is the Swedish chef. Ding, ding, hurt. Man, this is the crossover I needed.
Dungeons and Muppets.
Chef's kiss.
Mazes and Muppets.
Mazes and Muppets.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
He's just selling muffins.
Every
next one
district
shot.
kind of has their own take on it. Although if you were to want something made specifically for battle, you might go to Rexana's. If you want more something about magic purview, you go to Sheehan's. If you prefer something that's like many of these get turned into instruments, that way they're both lovely and deadly, You might go over to Nagaris' sector, so there's many places you can find an enchanter. It's just more what's your flavor.
Where does one usually get a double-bladed scimitar? Asking for a friend.
Rexana. Yeah, that's a good point. Her district would probably be the best.
Okay, well, that's all I needed to know, at least for this. I'll go wait outside if you have some other questions, but...
Well, pulls out the ornate battle axe from the...
Oh, yeah!
Where can I pawn this off to? I don't think anybody in the group really uses things of this size that... I mean, we do have someone who could, but they're much more enraptured with something else that we picked up.
Yeah, this usually isn't our forte.
I actually think of many watchmen here in this district that may pay a pretty coin for that. I'd be willing to take it off your hands and sell it on.
That's not too bad.
As long as, of course, I get on account.
Is that what consignment is, right? Felix?
Yeah, I mean, it's all based on that.
What are you asking for?
How much do you think you want?
Goodness. Can I like investigate the or? I want to check. I want to check with just the general.
Oh no, she's apparently got this. She's pulling that one.
This filigree is very fine. Some chips in it. I've seen use in battle, I assume.
Did they really get to use it?
You know,
Not with
and
us.
she spits on a rag and she's like, we'll just get that blood out right there. And you know, maybe I can restain the handle. I think you would maybe get 150 gold. High end, of course.
Yeah, of course. I mean, realistically, even if it was 100, like what kind of percentage are you looking at per cut?
There's 3 of us.
It's true.
150, 50 apiece. After all, I am the one that's going to have to be selling it.
That is true. Well, I would say that is definitely true.
And I do think I have some connections already, so it's not only my time, but my connection.
Of course, yeah. No, I definitely can understand that. What you thinking, Brian? I mean, it sounds it's like leaning in, so she's not privy to it. I mean, it's just passive. It's basically just passive income for us at this point, and it obviously we're coming back here.
But what about the taxes? No.
The business man, the group.
Yeah, I mean, especially if we're going to continue business, not only is this good for us, but like the relationship.
Well, really, I just want to unload it because
That's what I'm saying.
I like to roll light, and this is kind of killing my shoulder.
I bet. Hey, you know what? I bet. So why don't we just do that? And yeah, no, you're good.
Sorry.
Passing a note, showing a note. I don't know.
What I'm talking about.
I mean, I would say I think me and my friend both kind of agree that would be wise. We can do that, and as well maybe have this start as a test run for future endeavors. We're not sure how often we're going to be here in town. We're kind of new to the area, but we definitely like what you have, and if you have those kind of connections, I think we can make this work.
We're also pretty good finders. I mean, we
are very good at finding things, and you do have an eye for some good stuff. So
How about this? I will make you a deal. You leave it here with me now. I will give you 75 gold immediately. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I will give you 75 gold, about half of what I think you could get for it. But any other things you bring into me, I will sell for you. And I will only take 10% of all those things.
how? Before answering that, what's what's kind of just the general quality of the shop? Does it look to be in good condition?
It's an upper middle class income.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be far-fetched to say that someone with money wouldn't roll in.
Okay, it's more on the lines of like, it doesn't seem like it's gonna be taking a big hit to do that kind of deal for her on her.
Oh, no, and when I say like they're hanging in the window, there's like 10 of them hanging in the window.
Okay.
There's plenty of stock.
Makes sense.
She spends money on stock, but it also just kind of, it's weird how, like you walk into a store and be like, oh, this person sells more of this because there's these all like equal numbers and this one looks less. So you can kind of get that vibe from some objects that are going on.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
it would hurt.
It's more, well, I say it's more just on the lines of like he doesn't want to screw her over on something that could potentially like a high risk for her. And
She wouldn't have offered.
Okay.
She couldn't do it.
Makes sense. I mean, I'd say that's very fair. And of course, too, you say you have your connections. Maybe get the word out because we'd be more than happy to maybe contribute to other locations because this is kind of our maybe start here for a hot minute. So
Well, I think, Felix, this is more of supposed to be an exclusive deal.
well, that's true. I was meaning more if we get things other than what she sells.
So you notice that there are weapons, definitely, but there are some like flint and steel. It's more like if it's not a weapon, it's more travel-oriented gear.
Like a general store, so to
Bedrolls.
speak.
Yes and no. Like she doesn't have any like food or anything like that, or like wheat. She has like basic survival stuff.
Okay.
And weapons.
Okay. So yeah, so if that's the case, never mind. Yeah, we can just focus on that, see what we get for it, and kind of go from there. And of course, too, we find anything else we think is interesting, we can bring it on back.
That was also the most Midwest answer I've ever heard. Yeah, no. Yeah, no.
You can see where the references for that for Felix is coming from. Halfling area is basically just the Midwest.
If it ends with a yeah, it's a yes. If it ends with a no, it's
no, yeah.
No, yeah,
Mhm.
no. Yeah, no.
That's exactly how it works. I would say though, kind of bouncing back to what I was previously asking, I was asking about enchanters. Do you personally have a favorite?
Armand is very good. He is more adding attributes to something.
Okay.
A kind of enchanter.
Okay.
He is located in Sheehan's district.
Sheehan. Okay. Perfect.
Armand is I think he's very good. An old flame, but he is very kind and a bit pricey, but worth the price.
Hey, craftsmanship always is worth it. Well, I would say I'm down for that deal. We didn't even get your name, by the way. That's not even. Oh my gosh, that's just.
Oh.
Yeah, of course.
I am Tendrin.
Perfect.
Tendrin.
I was about to put tangerine, and then I was like,
Hey,
I'm hoping
I'm
it's
Tangerine!
I'm Tangerine. Well, it is lovely to meet you. My name is Felix, and this is Ran.
Hello.
Renfrey. Nice to meet you.
Yes. There we go.
Renfrey.
All right. Can we get? Obviously this is only up and up. Can we just get some kind of receipt as proof that we do own the weapon?
Yeah.
Of course, as long as we have that.
Pulls out a parchment and just dabs her tongue before she dabs in the ink and back on her tongue and writes it. And yeah, kind of do it. It says 75 gold. You can give it up front. She hands you also the gold with it. For pending the sale. Should it sell for the 150, you will then also get 25 gold. That way it honors the 50-50-50 cut.
Perfect.
But anything else that you bring in, she will sell exclusively for you. At cost, 10% towards her, 90% towards whoever is presenting.
Okay. Sounds
Congrats,
good.
you've made a business deal.
Hey! What was the name of the shop? We walked in and like we started talking and then immediately cut into like a Shark Tank deal and I was like, oh gosh, We don't have names. We don't got any of this.
Yeah, I have a name. I've had the name the whole time.
I
of a sudden,
believe
there's
you.
50 pages of lore for Tendrin.
AI generator? What?
Type up a business contract for this unnamed place.
And who was the enchanter that she recommended?
Armand.
The Sleek Stone.
The Sleek Stone?
Yep.
Perfect.
That's what we're gonna run with. The Sleek Stone.
Like sleek.
Sleek, like
Okay.
you slip on it and crack your head on the other rock.
That's
The
so
Sleek Stone.
The sleek stuff. Alright.
Perfect. Okay.
That doesn't sound
So-
shady at all.
I know, right?
Have a great day.
If we mention your name to Armand, is there anything we should be worried about?
Not as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, that was a very good point. Alrighty then, perfect. Well, we will part then, and I mean we'll check back later and see how it sells. Hopefully it's a hot item.
Me too. But I will go speak with my connections and see what might be interesting. Is there a way for me to contact you? You said you are kind of a roving band. Is there a way for me to contact you? Should I sell, or should I put a little safety deposit box in the back?
I mean we're going to be staying at the Living Helmet. We're going to be staying over there. Yeah. So I mean we'll still probably check in, but if not, I mean you can definitely take it over there for us.
Oh, are you too?
No. Not meaning in a bad way, but no.
Maybe open Living. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we're a party of 6. It's, you know.
Oh.
It's a different kind of hot mess, unfortunately.
It's a PG show.
Actually, I marked it as illicit, so we're fine.
Let's say we are
And it was just in case anything were to happen.
we are a business party.
Well, one is a parental unit at the moment.
Fan. Oh, so your kids with me?
That's what it feels like sometimes, man. He's a handful.
So have a wonderful day. And I guess I will see you when I see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a great day.
All right. So
Yes.
now we'll head back to meet it. Unless there's
After we walk out, I turn to Felix. I'm like,
How does a general store person have connections to sell an ornate banner?
Hey, especially in a town like this, trust me, word travels fast, and shopkeepers always stay together. So I'm not really surprised by it. I mean, it may be something we need to keep an eye on, but at least with the quality in the store, it would kind of make sense. It's maybe something we want to look into, but obviously we want to stay on the right side of it in this.
So we'll say that as you progress towards the center of town, it's about the time that you two come about. What I need to ask you is how much time passed after getting the room before you headed out to have the banner, have the, just because I had to say it to them.
Oh,
pocket,
yeah.
I'm so used to just looking and you saying you, talking about banner. And before you went and you had these harnesses commissioned and you went ahead over to Brexana, how much time do you think it might have passed?
Like I said, really almost no time. It was probably 5-10 minutes. Just put my stuff away, taking off my armor,
Fair enough.
And then it's just I came down, everybody was gone. It's like, well.
Okay, so Banner's just having a self-care day.
It is.
He is.
treat yourself.
So you head towards Brexana's district, which is denoted by her symbol, which is.
I think I remember what that looks like. Oh, yeah.
The Coliseum-esque building is, if you essentially looked at all these thoroughfares, you can see the building for that district. The Coliseum seems to be this one. And I say Coliseum just for lack of a better word at the moment until you know better. But you head down that way, and the cheering that that you heard when you initially came in gets louder as you go in, go towards it. And it's been intermittent, like everyone else has probably heard every now and again. But you get nearby, and this one, it does have kind of a main gate, but it is very multiple entrances, like a sports arena. If anyone else can go to the restroom right now, that's perfectly fine. I was just gonna go. But You get there, and a lot of people are coming out. Not like everyone, but like a good amount. They're like, someone like, "Oh, that was an amazing fight. Did you see me just slide down?" It's like, "Oh yeah, I saw him. He just got him right down there in the middle of the ground again." And just some people are, and some are eating food as they pass by. Some are drinking, you head in, and it is very much like an arena built. Like you walk in the main gate, and there's the main circle around with vendors and whatnot, and then there's I don't want to say the tunnel out, but just goes deeper into the arena, and it's one of those where the what's it called? Not a foyer. What's it called outside the actual arena that has like the concessions and everything? Man, it's gonna bug me. It's gonna bug the crap out of me because there's a word for it. Yeah, like anyway.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, the concourse. Concourse. So as you pass through the concourse, which is more dimly lit, light is pouring through the entrance, the actual opening towards the arena. You step in, and from there you see steps going up into stands. On the far end, you see these multiple podiums. Some in the traditional third, second, first place style. Some simply are a single pedestal, but even further past that is you see sitting on this seat, you see this, and I apologize, I want to make sure I get this right. You see this massive half-orc adorned in red armor. Yeah, it looks like we're kind of in the middle of between fights or events, just because you see, unfortunately, a body getting dragged off one direction while the hero's picking up some favors that were thrown out to them and heading out the other way. It is also at this time that, do you actually have anything like an iconography or an image of Roxana on your person?
Yeah, I'm aware of the holy symbol.
Okay, yeah. So one of the guards stationed around, they're like, are you here for, do you work here with us? I've never seen you before.
No, traveling, but I am here to check in. Pay my respects.
Of course, you might want to see the Lord Marshal.
I would.
And he starts walking you over, and as you near, and you're having to walk around the circumference of the arena, just because they are preparing a next bout, which they're setting up. There's boxes, there's rocks, there's columns that they're, I say makeshift columns, but with ropes on them, there's traps and everything. But as you circle around, the massive half-orc just kind of turns his head and goes, "What do you want?"
I'm here to check in. Banner Davek's son. I am a priest of Roxana.
Our Lady has many priests. From where do you hail?
I hail from the southern coast. Just passing through. But I have never been to your fair city. I'd like to see it.
I don't know how much they teach you roving priests, but I am the Lord Marshal. I am, for all intents and purposes, the leader of our order. I'm curious, a roving priest for the goddess of war. What do you know? Show me what you know. Any motions for you to go into the arena?
Very well. He goes out into the arena and he kind of gives a salute, draws forth his sword, and starts doing some of the forms.
A couple moments, I apologize. I was not making myself clear. And he steps down from the throne. And he pulls out a sword in front of you. What do you wish to do? We are technically in combat.
Then I'll fight him.
You have the first move. Priest Banner, was it?
Banner.
Show us what Our Lady has imparted on you.
I will. Well, he's probably going to begin, so initiative?
No, he's giving you he's
Well,
like
yeah, that's
first.
what I mean. So.
Yeah. So
But we're in combat.
We are in combat.
Yep.
You versus
So-
the Lord Marshal.
Oh, this can't possibly go badly. All right.
Medigar.
I'm going to begin by casting Magic Weapon on my sword,
Okay.
and then I'm going to go for it.
Okay.
I'll swing, dance in toward him. Yeah, perfect. Nat 1. Wow! Yes!
So
I'll probably stumble off to his side without him even having to dodge me.
well,
You trip
and
on
that's
a
what I was.
And then
it's literally just like not even like moving per se. It's just blading his body.
Now, it's important to know that Banner would look back at the ground as if something tripped him up there.
Oh, man.
Like there's a divot.
Vulkstahd.
Keep your eyes forward, not behind you. As he then is going to prepare his blade, but it almost looks like the hand goes out and a blade comes from behind and floats into his hand and just points it. Your turn again, sir.
You're too kind. All right. Yep, I'm going to swing at him again, and I'll probably then end up, so I'll advance on him, take a swing. Wow, well, that's a 12.
So you go to swing and just parries away.
And then I'll use a bonus action for a second attack.
Sure,
What am I
go
for?
for it.
This can only get better, right? Hey, all right, so that's a 23.
That will hit. So you go and attack, but he glances off the first attack and underestimated you for but a moment as your second came in. And how much damage do you do?
11 points.
And we'll say that you catch him right on the shoulder of his off-sword hand, off-sword arm, and just, good. As another blade then levitates from behind him into the other hand. I apologize. I did not give you the due that you apparently are owed. And he is going to then sidestep and attack you. I'm sorry. Okay. It's going to be a 27.
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay.
Because if you'll remember, I took off my armor and shield to just walk around the city and do. Yes, I'm not actually armored.
Okay, and the second one's also going to be a dirty 20.
Okay.
So I'm not there, but.
So.
Oh, boy.
So you're going to be taking 25 points of damage.
Oh, yeah. So. And he kind of falls to the ground. Yeah. I've got 24.
Oh, okay, I was just saying, hey man, ooh boy.
Yeah.
Clear. Okay.
Some beef, got some beef on it. Some stank. You got some real stank on it.
I admire your tenacity. Healer! And you see someone not actually adorned very differently than what you typically wear come out, and is going to cast Cure Wounds on you. I apologize, I did not. My words failed me. All right, cast it again. So you're going to get 13 back.
All right.
So as you, I guess, are coming back to consciousness after getting smacked once.
What happened?
Did I win? Did I win? God,
I had the worst dream.
So, hold on, I gotta go back to it.
Never wander around the city without
Religion's
armor.
really weird, man.
Yeah, right.
Ooh boy.
seemingly a fledgling in our faith, or at least in study. You need more training.
Yeah, I could have
Do you
told
wish
you
to
this.
be trained?
Absolutely.
Is this what you really want?
I am on a mission.
For yourself?
No, for another.
Who?
Oh, God.
Let me see your book!
Lisanne
Lentris.
Lentris, there we go. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. I'm just gonna go in later and just edit me saying Lendris
you.
over your voice. We're on a mission for Lendris.
Lendris.
This is what I said.
That is.
So you, perhaps I have not made myself clear. You are training and growing on behalf of this Lendris?
No, I'm in service to her right now, performing an act. Checking on a lost love.
Well, the adage, all is fair in love and war. Remember,
Absolutely.
if you truly wish to grow, we can give you that opportunity.
Indeed.
When you are here, you can receive training. We'll teach you to hone your skills and your instincts. But understand that as a roving priest, it will be to you to ensure that your training becomes practice, becomes standard, becomes a part of your personality.
Yes.
We cannot allow Our Lady's name to be soiled by those who are lesser than what they need to be.
Indeed.
So that being said, let's do this. And so we'll say that for the next 2-3 hours, you are training with the Lord Marshal. If you do not have it already, you are going to essentially, I gotta work this out, this is not actually a team, but you're kind of getting it, the equivalent to medium armor master.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
if you didn't have that already, he's gonna teach you how to use what little armor you have to become more effective, especially as you are fighting. He's getting a gauge for your role. You know, he recognizes that you are in the midst of combat, but you also serve. You are healed. That has some healing capabilities. So we're gonna work that out because I'm not actually giving you the feat, but I'm giving you kind of the equivalent of the feat.
And that's always been his kind of approach to it, that it's like war is not just about killing and maiming, it's all aspects, it's the tactics.
He's also
and it's
showing
the-
you, even amongst all the stuff that's around the rocks, the crates, there's a cat, don't judge me.
You have to make
There's
noise.
the ropes. He's teaching you how to be more strategic about using also your environment. If you ever wish to take on work, we are solicited to perform deeds for others. We hold positions as strategists, as generals, commanders. We are the aspects of Great Terran that we do defend, but we also implement strategies of Xi'an where we can think as well and not just be bloodthirsty brutes.
Yes.
War is not only about how strong the blade is, but how deep the blade is. But we'll say that it's about 2-3 hours of training.
Okay.
And then typically, you'll get healed for the most part on the way after that. He wants to leave some bruises, so you'll learn.
Gotcha.
But anything else other than that training you want to do in that before I have you kind of meet up again with the group?
No, that's pretty much it.
You guys all roll up, and he's
for lack of better words, he's got the crap beat out of him.
Like I got mugged.
Yeah, like you're limping a bit, but it's like a muscle burn.
It's a good
like,
limp.
It hurts so good. But
No
yeah,
pain,
so
no
you come
gain.
back in.
What happened to you?
And actually, right there, before we continue, let's go ahead and take a break. Ran a little bit longer, but let's go ahead and take a break. And
Breaksies.
we'll be right back. So we are back. So we'll say that we left off with you seeing Banner, who, again, for all intents and purposes, looks like he got jumped. But yeah, we all want to.
As I touch Banner's shoulder, I'm just gonna throw a couple of facsimile of life at him. We'll just do 2.
Right.
You get 10 temporary hit points.
Ooh. Oh, that's nice.
What time of day is it right now?
So you guys arrived there. It was you arrived to Vulkstahd around 10.
Okay.
We'll say that about 3 hours have passed in general for you to do your thing. Because again, you took your time walking through the shops. We'll say that you guys enjoyed your time when we went to the shop and everything. And just in general, kind of mentally tracking the city. Where some things are you may want to visit later.
Yeah.
So, we'll say it's around 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the afternoon. You definitely smell the smell of meats and other stews and whatnot, excuse me, for lunch are going on. Is there anything, I want to say generic shopping wise, is there anything you just want to pick up? If you want to do something specialty, we can do that. But if there's some generic stuff we want to get, is there anything?
Can we catch up as a group first?
Yeah, I was gonna say like have
Okay.
either
Sure,
have
sure.
lunch and then like everyone combine notes on what we've seen so that we
Yeah.
can make a plan.
I also want to point out that I look like the dog walker who has way too many dogs, just being pulled by Beakley.
Yes, you do notice that 7 is no longer with him.
Yeah, that
with
would
them.
be kind of first point of order is part of the catch up.
And Beakley is very much pulling.
So how much money did you get for selling 7, Darren?
Hey, I laugh and be like, hey, wait.
Or did you just lose him?
We did not sell him.
Oh no, we're 7. I'm kidding. We actually left him with
It's not as good. You didn't get any money.
the bookmaster because he had some information.
Oh, so you sold
He's
them for
met some of them
information.
in the past.
You sold them for information?
Seems that way.
Oh.
That doesn't. Oh, wait. What?
He's gotta learn something.
I mean, yeah, he was doing on the job training with us. Like, I don't understand the difference. What do you mean?
The bookmaster said that he had seen robots like him before. So 7 was interested. We couldn't really.
Okay, yeah. Once he gets his heart set on something. Okay. Well, I mean,
I
like,
can
are we going
barely
back?
pull Beakley.
Well, he's a rambunctious little guy.
I can not even.
And like, like
Yeah, fluff his little hair up. Yeah, I'll give him a little chunk of like jerky. Yeah, that's right. So I mean, like, are we going back there? I would assume. Like, what's going on?
Oh
In
yeah.
the morning, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay.
So they're actually doing some research for us on a lot of stuff. We may be able to locate the town we're looking for.
Oh, sweet.
Right?
Yes.
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 Okay. All right. That's good.
What was it called again? Like Watery Tear or Weeping Town?
Well, they
Weeping
call
Town?
it
That
the
doesn't
Weeping-
sound good.
They call it the Weeping City.
Weeping
That's
City.
not as good. Okay.
But we know it as Zragos,
Oh, so it's the same place.
apparently.
Okay.
We assume so. It seems to match up with the Maester.
Interesting information.
Maester. Okay. Cool.
How much information did you tell us, Maester?
Yeah, I was gonna
Probably
say.
too much.
I would assume a spy master would kind of keep some stuff close to chest so that we're not like telling everybody the entire reason why we're here and maybe jeopardizing our entire party and our well-being.
With
Here.
magic, I don't.
Next time, Darren, maybe you should bring me along. In my line of work, I have quite a bit of subtlety, and maybe
Listen,
Well, no,
there
you're right.
were books involved. I wasn't paying attention.
You're right. He didn't tell them how to cosplay stuff and how to make cool outfits, so he didn't tell them everything. So that's true. That's true.
That's not everything.
That's true.
I can tell you that they have a restricted section of books.
Oh, okay. Now see, now we're talking. I do like that. Well, I mean, okay. So we got stuff to pick up tomorrow from them.
Ooh,
Other
and
than
lots
7.
of tinkering shops.
You had me there.
I just don't think. I appreciate
Yeah,
That-
forthcoming of information is a little wary of mine.
because we might now have a competitor in
True.
in the game.
Are we talking like somebody who was just kind of glossing over stuff, or did he like perk up when
I
you?
mean, he's really old.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything in this world of magic that we live in. That's usually more dangerous than if anything. I
How
wonder.
old do you think I
Yeah,
am?
how old? Just a ballpark.
Well, I'm in my 80s. So,
Actually, hold on a sec. What the heck happened to you?
good question.
Because you got, I mean, you still have your stuff, so like, I mean, I would assume you killed somebody.
Where's your
no.
armor?
Oh, it's up in the room.
You left your armor up in a room with no one there?
Sure.
Okay, cool. All right.
No one knows.
First point of order, Banner, don't do that. You.
Hey, I'm
Look
gonna.
around you. Do you see anyone else wearing their armor?
I see a lot of people with weapons.
Actually,
Well, I've
But I also
It's a
don't
nice
see anyone
eclectic
with
mix.
that many
There's people with and
bruises.
without, yeah.
Don't worry about it. I'm fine.
Okay, hey, you know what? Cool. Hey, it's all right. We're not your parent. I'm his.
You should
so
see the
it's-
other guy.
That. Hey, there we go.
He's
actually,
massive.
I would very much like to see
other
the
guy?
other guy. I mean,
He's actually fine.
Before
Did you
we do
fight the
anything,
seven?
here, let's divvy up the gold from the bounty.
no,
I'm gonna
500
say,
gold.
yeah. So we'll do that.
It's about 83 gold ahead.
There we go. We'll mention the deal that we got. So if we find any new things of interest to take back.
Yeah, I think I have a friend I might see later tonight, so we'll see.
There we go. Shoot for the stars, man. You said stuff about tinkering, so I would definitely be interested in that. I know over on the part of town where we went with Battlemaster. Battlemaster? No, that's not right. Emberborn? With Emberborn.
We'll watch Master Emberborn.
Yeah, Watchmaster. There you go. All sorts of armor and things like that. So Banner, you might be interested in checking that place out. I don't know what your lack of armor right now, but they had some fancy stuff, so I don't know. Kind of looked like stuff you might be interested in. No books on my end. There was some magic stuff though.
Ooh, but there was lots of books. on
Yeah,
that.
no,
And I think there was some clock stuff too. You might be interested in that.
yeah, actually some clock stuff.
Oh, there would have been some clocks, okay.
Yeah, cool. Here we go.
We also kind of met a local champion, a local hero by the name of Hiccup.
Hiccup,
We
yeah.
should, if we ever go betting, we should bet on him.
He
Maybe.
frequents the Colosseum, apparently. And we learned a little bit about that place too. So we might want to check that out. They also were telling us if we find any more information on those on the Black Sabers to let them know, and they'll probably pay us.
When Felix is when Felix is saying Black Sabers out loud, I'm like just like looking around, like perception check.
Yes, if you do go to the
Can't roll.
arena, to the Colosseum, tell them Brixana sent you. It'll be great.
Just a 13.
You notice somebody that was kind of looking in your general direction as you kind of like that. Like, you know when you're looking at somebody like, oh, I don't mean to lock eyes with you, you just look away. This person turns and just looks at you.
Fun.
I immediately run after them without telling the crew.
Oh no!
Do we notice Ren running away?
I mean, if we're all sitting at a table talking,
Actually,
and
no. At the same time as I'm running after the thing, I tear off a fingernail and just drop it.
Why is there a nail
I
here?
would love the cannon that
disgusting.
Ren screams like that every single
I
time.
might respond to that.
I'm gonna reach down and pick it up and just kind of hold it in my two fingers.
Not again.
Okay.
So we were sitting around a table when this all happened, and then
No, you guys were,
Okay.
more or less.
we were more
outside.
outside. Okay.
Rather, I'm gonna say the center of town.
Yeah. Okay.
Ren, where are you going?
You pursuing after this
Just
guy?
a tone. Yeah.
So,
Because Felix
I
says-
guess
I'll follow.
okay.
Yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. You're going to give me, we're gonna do a series of roll-up checks. We are going to be doing athletics.
Okay.
Just because this is gonna turn into a chase, so it's gonna be your roll versus his roll. He's gonna roll with advantage because he is from here. He knows where he's going. You do not. So, go ahead and just give me an athletics check.
Hey, it's not good. It's only a 10.
I feel your
Is it
pain.
athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics, because this is just running right now. We're not like hopping over anything.
Nah, no parkour.
No, it's just,
It's okay.
it's just athletics. So first off, he starts getting, or they start, you don't know, which is they at this point, starts getting some distance from you. But you do notice that they are running towards one of the darker section areas of the city.
As I'm following, I'm describing the surroundings and the destination that I see to O'Darren, or whoever is holding the fingernail.
And you would blatantly see, because it is a wide open space, this direction they start going into, but you two actually enter into the district. A religion check from everyone else real quick.
Oh, cool.
Because you're kind of focused more on the run right now.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 8. Man, I would say switch out those dice, but you're
30, 20?
You're helping my average keeping it down.
15.
23. Okay.
30, 20.
15.
So the image on this is Tualuana, the goddess of chaos and madness.
What?
That's the district that they're
Gotcha.
is Goana's district. That's Goana. And give me another roll of run for you. It's the same one. Athletics. Unless you want to do something parkourish, in which case I'd want acrobatics.
I mean, what's around me as I'm running?
So, these thoroughfares going down the middle are wide enough to put 2 full carts going opposite directions, and then a room for pedestrians to walk. So this is probably about a 40-foot wide thoroughfare, if not a little bit wider. As you're running into this section, as opposed to the other areas you've been in, which are, I mean, you have shops and parkers and some people other stuff outside. But it all kind of makes relative sense. This place is a hodgepodge. Trash, some sort of goods, random stuff kind of all throughout the street.
I guess my hope then would be to kind of use either a series of like smaller to larger outside objects, such as like ascending in size barrels to carts, to kind of like shortcut through the fastest path while the runner might be trying to. I don't know. I assume the runner's just running, so they're not necessarily.
Yeah, they know this area well enough that they're not trying to jump or hop over anything necessarily. They are able to maneuver pretty well. Kind of the equivalent of like a snake weaving its way across the ground. That's what they're doing through all this stuff. So, hypothetically, if you're able to pull that off, you could potentially gain ground. What I would want is an acrobatics check, because now we are.
And that's what I would prefer. A total of 21.
Okay, so you definitely, you're able to hop, skip, and jump your way up, we'll say a collection of barrels and crates. And it's very Assassin's Creed-ish that you're able to get up this. So I'm going to say even now that you are on top of some of these lower lying buildings and almost running across that. And because you're not necessarily having to avoid things like he is, you're starting to make up some ground. Anything can you see bring at all? They got a good head start on you, and especially now that the Ren is catching up to the person that's even further away, they are definitely creating space between you all. So you probably, once Ren gets on top of the roofs and is kind of running along that edge, you'll every now and again maybe see her head or her body as she like goes to a higher one and then back down and disappear. But yeah, if you're wanting to keep up, it's going to be
I'm going to pass
the fingernail to someone else. And then I'm going to phase step to the top of the building and follow.
Okay. What's your movement?
30 feet.
Yours 30 as well?
Mine's just 30.
So, we'll say that you're able to keep relative tab and pace with how fast she is going on the roof, because now you're kind of more or less following the path that you're believing that she took. Everyone else, are you staying on the ground?
I'm not trying to get him actually.
Okay. Go ahead as well. Give me an acrobatics.
12.
Then I pass the nail
Okay.
to
I
one.
also have the.
Okay, I'll take it.
my- Climbing on our costs you an extra movement. When you make a running jump, the distance increases by 4 feet.
Okay. Well, you're kind of fine there. We'll say that you grab the edge of the roof, but you get stalled a second before you have to pull yourself up. So in this order of people chasing, it's going to be Renfrey, followed by O'Darren, followed by Eldon, while the other two are on the ground following.
And I pass the nail to
Me.
Well,
So the nail is on the roof now.
Yeah, that wasn't.
The nail is on the roof. Okay. What is done. Consequences. So let's me and you do the last, or do another check real quick. Should be the last one. Give me, now that you're on the roof and you're following, same roll again. What times? Give me athletics, because we're not having to necessarily parkour on these. You're just more of a.
I have on my person pythons or pitons, those basically like they're hooks that we would use to help create a handhold on a vertical or a rougher surface to act as like to help in climbing. What I want to do is to use this to help almost like an angled leap down safely to catch up to this person, kind of like in the hypotenuse of a triangle.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, give me.
Again, the goal is
Give me either acrobatics or athletics on that.
the goal is to try to do acrobatics.
Yes.
Is with that.
Can I also say that I passed the leash for Beakley to?
I mean, as soon as you face it, you drop the leash, I guess, right?
Right.
Yeah. So. I don't even know how to describe this with Beakley, but he's
we are
chugging along. He's chugging
So
along. What's your
I got a
strength?
15.
16.
Yeah, he's a strong boy.
Yeah, I'll
that does give you enough. I'll say that you are able to overtake and catch up. So O'Darren and then Eldon, you just see Renfrey just like to your point of view, it looked like she just jumps. But those on the ground, that you're able to kind of see through the winding and weaving, and there are some people around, but definitely looking some more destitute. Some of them looking like they're wearing some very fine clothing, but their hair, they're dirty, like nice clothes, but not clean.
Eccentric.
Like why? Yes.
Well,
the term
Eccentric.
we
Yes.
I'm not going to try and jump down the building, but I'll go and Nevermore up here, and I'll toss Nevermore toward Ren.
Okay. So, Ren, do you land on the person, or are you just wanting to, like, get in front of them and stop them that way?
I'm gonna get in front of them, and as soon as I kind of like land, I do a tuck and roll, and I unholster one of my hand crossbows, and it's just like,
Please stop. It'll make it easier for both of us.
He is going to pull out a short sword. Then realizing, though, like, so Nevermore has now appeared, and kind of takes a peek behind, and there's more people coming. Takes the blade to his own throat.
can I try to reaction somehow?
Yeah, I'll let you try.
How far away?
From you or from Ren?
From me.
You're on a roof, so you're at least 10 feet up. And then I would say probably still 15 feet back. Okay, so that still puts me in range. Can I also try and have a reaction?
Can I say what my reaction would be before?
Let's do this first.
Because I have
What do you want to attempt to do?
I would like to try to use my hand crossbow to initiate a tripping attack to. I don't have the disarming strike, but I want to at least interrupt the action.
I'm going to say there was a moment because he drew the short sword and then took a look around. I'm going to say that's your one and only window that you would have to attempt this.
Okay. 14 total.
Well, yeah, that would hit.
Okay.
So.
I mean, I can't choose
It's a
non-lethal.
tripping attack.
I can't. Yeah, I can't choose non-lethal, so I have to.
Yeah, you gotta do damage.
You still kill him with the shot.
Right. He lands on his blade.
Oh, man.
It's gone from suicide to murder.
Oh.
He also has to make a strength saving throw.
You can.
I do a total of 7. Yeah, I do a total of 10 damage.
Okay. So we'll say that your shot. It's kind of conjecture on like what your shot actually does. Does it tie up the legs? Does it tie up like one leg? Does it just really forcefully knock a leg out from underneath him? But either way, you knock him off kilter and kind of falls face first, like blade falls out of hand away from him.
Nice.
And I would try to second wind to move my space up to him and kick the sword even farther away as I keep the hand crossbow trained on him.
He's going to try to crawl up and just for whatever reason lose footing and kind of be up on all fours before kind of looking up and staring down the barrel of your crossbow? Shaft of the crossbow.
Shaft.
You just let me go. You don't have to leave me here. I didn't even do anything to you. You literally just chased me down and shot me for no reason. Let me go.
I act out of formality and manners, and it seems like your mother didn't teach you to not stare.
I didn't realize that was worth getting shot.
Sensitive words, sensitive topics. Some might get offended at.
You sound sensitive, but what makes you attack me?
I've seen a lot of different folks, so one might call me sensitive.
What do you want?
How close are my friends getting?
Yeah, I'll say like, how are you trekking through?
It's essentially like the Adventures of Time, like da 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 da, like from above, like you have a spell slinger up top, and like you have a rogue up top, and then you have a cleric with a like jogging after. But at this point, we'll say that there is a straight blank wall to their left.
Is like an alleyway or like somewhere secluded that we can drag this person?
Oh my god! Yeah, you definitely.
I was thinking it too, though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna tell the others to do this with
He
me.
doesn't realize. And what's his strength?
16.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Damn it, Beakley. 14.
Natural
13, sorry.
Beakley pulls him too much, stronger than you, and just like nips the back of his heels. Just, ow, son of a bitch! And it just doesn't get it all the way out and everything. Because that's when you start to drag him towards this little not corner, an alleyway. There are people watching, and there are some that are even like getting like a, the hell are they doing? Like getting mad, like asking, he's like so and so and everything. They're having their conversations and they're seeing what you're doing.
Just block view.
As
Move along. Let me see here, guys.
So Banner will kind of gesture and cast thaumaturgy and make some distracting lights or something flickering.
look, peasants.
Light a bottle rocket. Yeah. It's
Definitely Gardner's attention, you know.
It's actually some sounds, probably just something.
Sure.
You know. To get your thumb.
Definitely some people look. Some don't seem necessarily fazed by more like, oh, another one. Just like, I mean, but as recognizing that this is the god of chaos and madness, it's not, it probably isn't uncommon for just shit to happen here. You know,
Well, and the people
listen, we're okay.
who continue to look, they'll just be like, woo! Crazy times, eh?
But yeah, you've pulled him to the
Head to an alley.
I immediately just like scruff pinned this person against the wall. Why did you run?
Because I felt like running.
Insight check, I don't know.
Oh, roll an insight check.
Wow. Natural one.
Oh, he felt like running. For whatever reason, he felt like running.
Can I use my knowledge of thievery to notice anything? Tattoo markings?
Give me a perception check.
Yeah, I think coming upon this would be like, who is this guy? What are we even doing here? For real though.
There we go.
16.
For the most part, he is covered to wrist to ankle. You can catch maybe what looks like part of a tattoo peeking out from under the collar, but I mean, with the scruff being held up right now by Red, can't make out much. Okay.
Code instincts, but one doesn't lock eyes with another person and run. Just like that. Not in my line of work, buddy.
Maybe I'm shy. Again, I didn't do anything for you to garner this kind of response.
I'm gonna cast Detect Magic.
Okay.
And take a good look at him. Just to see if he has anything.
Nothing. You will. I mean, there are parts of you. Actually, because I don't think you've actually done this before with everyone around. His crossbow lights up. What unused magic, if anything?
Oh, I got nothing. I got a couple things.
The toenail will light up.
Oh man. Oh,
That's true.
By the way,
Yeah, I'm busy.
it smells. God bless
And
it.
anything magic on you?
Nope.
Okay. So you see the crossbow on him light up, and you'll see your book, both books, your spell, and that book lights up. And Nevermore's technically out, so Nevermore is all lit up. But no, lots of random things. He's a blank.
Then why would you just try and kill yourself in the middle of the streets?
I was being attacked by multiple men, and I have nothing to live for, so what's the point?
Gee, okay.
You raise a lot of good points. Your logic is irrefutable.
If I was gonna go, I wanna go by my own hand. I don't know what you sick freaks are gonna do.
What is going on? Like, I'm at a lost here. Like,
I'm not gonna lie, you look really bad.
hey, I didn't know we decided to start doing this.
Well, Felix, maybe you shouldn't mention the black sabers out in public like that.
But we didn't need to go shoot somebody in the foot.
Well, he ran after you avenged the black sabers.
You keep saying it.
What
What are we doing? You see just his head just for a moment.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, like I don't even. Hey, I don't even know. We can't. You can't just kill a guy or do something.
Technically, I speak telepathically with Eldon. At the moment.
I still have the token.
Yeah, he's still got the toenail. Oh my God.
I speak in your head.
Play good cop.
Oh, well, I'm still trying to talk to you.
Oh, yeah.
You just ignore it flat out and just talking to him mentally.
Oh, yeah.
Love it. Okay.
I'm just
Oh man. It like vibrates when he talks to you.
It's like the seat notification when you go to some restaurants that buzzes in your hand whenever it's.
Oh yeah. There you go.
okay.
Listen. Hey, were you sorry?
I didn't know I wasn't supposed to look at people.
I don't know why this is happening. That's why I'm just trying to double check here.
I looked, she looked, I ran, I got shot.
Is that what happened?
Why did you run?
Inside check. That's exactly what happened. He looked, she looked, he ran.
That is what happened.
That's literally exactly what happened. Insight's 100% right now.
Ray, seriously, I'm trying to.
He is a net 50.
So what exactly? Like you said, he just ran. Like he looked at us and ran when I was saying things.
You said
Things.
sabers.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Call me jumpy, but in my line of work, people aren't so coincidental.
Don't always agree with Ren. This time I do.
Hey, Jumpy. I'm not sure that was a good idea.
What?
Oh man.
I'm not talking to you.
Jumpy.
Ren said to call her Jumpy. People.
I don't know.
I see what you did there. Get out of here with your dad joke. It was a dad joke that just went over all the dads here.
It really did. I'm like,
all the dads are like, Jumpy. Call me Jumpy.
I get it now.
Dang. Shame on me for missing that.
Okay, I'll try that joke again later. It's fine.
I'm gonna do it like 50 sessions from now.
So, can I go?
I walk up to them.
Help!
Help!
I think Elvin was going to follow him. Shut up.
Well, I was just gonna, do a sleight of hand and see if I can find anything in his pockets.
You really need to be delicate about it.
So now we're mugging.
Hey, you and me know
I'm not
exactly the same
I'm
amount.
gonna say you don't even need to roll it for that. Like, there may be like moments where like, trying to, but he's more worried about trying to uncover the mouth right now. So I'd say you can somewhat rifle through pockets with relative ease.
I'm gonna look for anything that looks incriminating.
You find some coins, but when I say some coins, silver and copper. Yeah, you find 2 daggers on them, and that's really it. Damn.
Put the coins back and pat it.
I'm so sorry. We are new in town, and this is very unbecoming of us. Exactly. Hey, exactly.
And you're like even using his hands down to talk.
So Banner's gonna hand off the leash to Ren. Be like,
Ren's still holding him. My hands are occupied.
Trade me.
I'll drop down next to you and I'll take
All right.
Oh my gosh.
the ring.
Yes, and I'll
Excellent.
hand him. May I?
It's yours.
Thank you. Look, friend.
Can I talk now?
You can talk now.
Oh my god, okay.
Look, friend. Perhaps it was mistaken identity. Maybe we mistook you incorrectly. It's not as if we are going to tell anyone in town that you revealed anything about your employers.
Actually, and that also raises a good point too. Let's just make sure, even if things were said, how bad would it look you now walking out of the alley unscathed?
Oh,
Word travels. Well, no, I'm saying if he is associated.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm sure he has nothing.
We're new to town. I mean, he leaves.
I'm sure he has
unharmed.
nothing to fear.
Nothing goes wrong. We're just trying to help him. I mean, I'm just saying, especially like I said, we're new to town. Somebody passed that word. Yeah, exactly. Word travels. I know that in any town. I just want to make sure you're okay, because obviously we don't know what's going on with that. But
because Renfrey had held him up until
Yeah.
the point, and where he's now kind of more or less kind of settled on the wall, back on his feet, so you hear his foot because he got shot in the foot.
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that I am without bruising and scarring. Everyone literally watched you shoot me, drag me off, and heard me scream, help, help, and then muffled.
That's true. That's true. But then you'll still, no matter what, walk out of here.
Yeah.
So Banner has his hand on his shoulder anyway, and he goes ahead and uses his healing touch on him, and he's like, What was it you were saying about damage? Wounds?
People watched her shoot me. So even if there's no scar,
You look
there's
very
a hole in my boot.
Hey, I'm still new here, but this is also the area. This district also is the district of chaos. I mean, I think it'd be very certain that somebody could have a hole in their shoe.
Crazy things happen.
There's no hole.
Is that-
You're,
are you
people
threatening
see
me?
things all the time.
Why are you threatening me? I didn't even do anything. I literally did nothing.
We just-
And you all are holding me against my will.
We just want transparency.
I looked, I ran, I was attacked.
Let's let it know.
What's more transparent?
I mean,
You want my backstory?
I got-
You want my backstory? You really want to know? Huh? You want to know? Do you?
I stepped over there and kind of like look at O'Darren.
He's looking like,
And kinda like-
pursed lips, like, you want to know?
yeah.
Point to your bird. Like,
This is when that kind of stuff would work in.
can you
Yeah, Ren. I mean, I
follow
don't, Ren. I don't know what to tell you. Like that's. I know this is more your area of expertise.
Okay. I don't trust this guy.
Well, yeah, you think? I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. Like we don't know anybody here, and that guy apparently bolted right when we started talking about stuff. But you know,
Shady stuff.
yeah. But we don't need that coming back up to us, especially if we're staying at the Coliseum. I mean, they're gonna come and get us.
I'm gonna turn the corner, and I'm gonna tell Nevermore just to keep an eye on it.
Well, first of all, you turn the corner, and there's people listening around the corner.
Hi! And they have a, like, they're like
Hey.
trying to look like they weren't listening. But like, some of them are just still like,
Trying to like listen around.
okay.
So yes, you're free to go.
Man, it's crazy how literally this status could not have changed if you had just not shot me.
You would have killed yourself.
If
You're
you
right.
chased me, I wouldn't have. Excuse
Anyway.
me if I have nothing to live for.
That's
Excuse
great.
me for having nothing, and I want to go out on my terms rather than
My
try and kill me.
My apologies. I mean, she is very imposing, but I feel like you have more to live for than that. My apologies.
Yes, you know me so much. What do I have?
Well, now you have the short sword back. I hand it back to him.
Fantastic.
There you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
And,
Walking off.
Nope.
and as he walks,
I hand it to him, and I immediately just like, I'm like, hey, I've done.
does he make it to the opening of the alley?
Apparently not.
Yeah,
But while that's happening, I just want to speak telepathically to Eldon. Why don't you dexterously place my toenail or my
Oh my god.
in his pockets?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna get slide again.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Well, in a way that he doesn't know.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah,
That's
but
good.
I'm still gonna
Oh,
be-
sorry,
That's my speciality.
I thought you said not.
16.
I have a natural 16. But we'll say that you're able to.
I would say he's distracted. with
Yeah,
money.
I'm gonna say use distraction, so disadvantage on that. Yeah, so you're able to slip it a toenail into his pocket. Anything else?
So now does he make it to the,
Yeah.
you let him go? So as he hits that and heads for the street, he's gonna say, and thank you again for the information.
That's what it's waiting.
Baby.
He walks away. You'll be hearing from the blade soon.
Fucks off. He's gone.
Great.
So he thinks.
So how long should I wait until I can remote view what's going on?
I mean, let's
5 minutes?
at least let's.
Well, you got your bird following him, right?
Yeah. Well.
I
Yeah.
can
Exactly.
speak telepathically.
Booyah.
So I can telepathy.
So we can.
I'd like to go back and get my
Let's go
armor
shop
now.
a little bit. Yeah, I'm saying let's go shop a little bit. And, I mean, especially if we're still in the alleyway, we're gonna shop a little bit. We'll head back home up to the Coliseum. It'll be fine. It'll be good.
Yeah, also if it ends well.
There you go. See, hey, we learned a new lesson.
Oh,
Don't shoot strangers.
How about not shooting people?
I think that actually went pretty well. There's no lesson there.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Well, he said we'll hear from the blades. I mean, come on.
I mean, is he meaning his blades, or are we talking about them again? Because I don't need. I'll look back at the people that are looking. Like, Did you think he means his blades or?
You're gonna look around the corner and I'm gonna be juggling fire bolts.
Repeating the person that you saw in.
Yeah, when he walks down.
Here's time to go. You don't have the exact nuance down yet, but it's entertaining. There's some people watching. Some kids are like, oh, no.
I might be stamping out some fire occasionally.
Oh my god. Yeah, so
every now and then you send somebody there.
let's go get your stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So then what? So I would say though, at least in terms of point of order, we'll make sure we don't just go straight back over there.
Yeah.
We want to be as confused as possible going through town. And like I said,
Split the party again 3 times.
we'll do the shop stuff like we said when we were at the table, but made it abundantly clear. We'll make sure we go to the Coliseum, and then either try to wait or sneak out to get back to where we need to go.
And also, again, just to confirm that he isn't a nefarious figure. In about an hour, I can check up on our little buddy through my thinking now.
I'm gonna whisper to Ren. He did say the blades were coming to get us.
We'll be
Yeah, but I
hearing
can figure out where the blades are, maybe.
Well, we're trying to reach us a better car.
So that cart insurance.
Well, they don't know about that. It's fine.
Spray the cart.
Yeah. The cart.
Doyle rules.
The cart and two old horses. Yeah, that'll be devastating. All right, so let's devastating. All right.
For free.
Yeah, exactly. What a net loss. All right, well let's.
I'm gonna hand Beakley back to Banner.
Okay.
See, this is why
I'm just gonna huff a little bit.
you should
Down, boy, down.
toss him in a little piece of jerky. It's like, hey, trying to work on training him. Yeah. Goodness gracious.
Lost another finger.
All right. So let's.
Damn it.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want to just beeline back to get your stuff and then meet us at the shops, then that's up to you. But
That's fine.
just make sure to like.
Splitting up
Yeah.
wouldn't be such a.
That's what I'm saying. But like I said, I want to make sure we got to act as casual as possible because we don't want them to think that we think that they're on to us or we're on to them. Man, I'm confused myself now. It's been a long day. Come on now. Yeah. Well, let's do it then. Come on. Let's go.
We can camp with the books.
You can.
You want to put them at risk? I mean, how were they as guarded as the keep that we were
Actually,
at?
there
'Cause that was
are
pretty.
guards.
There were guards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bookstore, book emporium.
I mean,
I mean, it was a temple.
Okay. Well, yeah. I don't want to put those people in danger just because of that. I'd rather, if anything, you know what I'm saying? Like we told them we're going to the Coliseum. So if they try to go up there, they're going to beat.
I mean, you make a good
Or beat
point.
the crap out of him. So
Yeah.
I mean, you didn't kill him, right?
You do look pretty
No.
bad.
I mean,
No,
that was
I-
a bait and switch, though. I mean, you look defenseless, and then you freaking wound a guy. And
Exactly. So that's my point. And I mean, that accounts for something. So let's go do what we're gonna do, and then we'll go from there. So,
Okay.
so what are you gonna do?
are you gonna go by yourself, or are you gonna tag?
Yes, I'll go by myself.
Okay.
You guys go do your stuff.
Okay. Where are we gonna meet up at?
Coliseum? Or
Is that you want to meet? We'll meet there, and then chill out there for a hot minute, and then sneak back. Ren. I'm just trying to see what's
I've
going
been to
on.
the Coliseum, I don't need to be there. Again.
What?
Not till tomorrow, maybe.
Okay. Well.
No, what are you guys are all talking about going shopping somewhere?
Well, I mean, this kind of changes things a little bit. I mean, like, we're going to wait a little bit, and then he's going to check his nail. Oh, man, that still doesn't sound good every time I say it.
No, it doesn't.
It
I'm
really
sorry,
doesn't.
but I paint them different colors as I rip them off. Here's a pink one, here's a black. This is the incognito nail. This is the
Incognito nails.
So Ren, do you need anywhere private to check your toenails?
Oh, my God. Oh.
Can't believe I'm saying that, but anyway, do you need somewhere quiet? Do we need to go back to an inn? Are you going to do it in the street?
Kind of like how Darren used my shoulder as a guide. I probably need somebody to prop up against while I.
Okay. So we just won't just do it out in public then. So let's
Go back to our rooms.
Preferably not go back.
Let's not go straight back, like I said, because if even if he's lying, we still want to be on the cautious side.
Perhaps a quiet tavern then.
Let's go shopping!
Let's not.
Shopping! No.
Maybe somewhere you can sit quietly at a table.
We could just go to the nearest little podunk
Yes.
dive-in and...
So do that, I'll go get my armor, I'll meet you back here.
Alright.
Okay.
There's a heavens coin on every corner. Like Starbucks.
That's
cool.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna go with Banner
That counts as another dead
just
right?
in case, because Banner looks like a good breeze will knock him over.
Well, since you heal him back up, I think you're at like what, 23?
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, that's some retained math right there.
There you go.
Yeah, but 10 of
it was
those
temporary.
hit points. It's not.
That was
So you
10.
drop back down to 13 in a minute. We'll say that. So I'm sorry. Are we going shopping or are we going somewhere?
I guess we're going back to the plate, or we're going to the.
Well, I think we're finding another tavern, something
Yeah.
else
We're going to
quiet.
Starbucks.
Not where we're staying.
Yeah, you're going
I'm
to
going back to where we're
Heaven's
staying, getting my
Point.
stuff. I'll meet them there.
Heaven's Coins.
Yeah.
And it's very chilled there. The minstrel playing is very like laid back, but also like engaging.
I think I know the tune you're playing, but it's much more mellow.
Yeah. This is
What's your name, Musa?
something. I'm a singer-songwriter. My name is Golden Meadow, and
I can't stress how hard my eyes roll, not looking at him, but when I hear it, I'm just.
yeah, I'm just trying to create some ambiance that we can all jack to, my guy.
Can I go outside the place and kind of like, I don't know, blend in, but keep an eye out for.
Yeah, you can. So we'll say that you're going to check with your
Toenail.
toe, your nail.
My fingernail.
Your thumbnail.
Let me tell you what that does.
Yeah.
Remote viewing
The
in
toenail
action.
does something different.
If I'm within 10 miles of a token, I can enter a trance as an action. The trance lasts for a singular minute and can end early if I dismiss it or if I end up incapacitated. During the trance, I can see and hear from the token as if I were located where it is. So if it's in the pocket, I can't see, but I can probably hear any conversations. And when I'm using it, the sense is at my physical location. It's like you're viewing from a familiar, so the person would be blinded, indeafened to their immediate surroundings. So my hope is that in that hour, 2 hour period after of what happens, I can somehow catch this figure doing something. I know it's a long shot, but that is...
Hypothetically, if it's still in the pocket, you could hear but you couldn't see.
Yep.
Unless he has really, really thin pockets.
So
We all saw him with his lace pants, guys. We knew it.
So you go into your trance, and it's actually about at this point. Well, first of all, you hear. Do you know anyone with the blades? Okay, no, thank you. And like maybe like 9:30. Do you know anyone with the blades? Okay. No, I'm going home to my cat. And it also at this point is when you see, because he is now checking his pockets because you went through them. He wants to make sure he has his crap. So you see him looking at your token, and about the time it runs, this 1 minute runs, and goes, and he throws it. But from what you can gather, you don't know what the blades.
Is he? I mean, when he threw it, is it like a city street? Does he see any like landmarks or anything?
No, you were inside somewhere. You also would have probably heard the opening and closing of the door before the discovery of the nail. But yeah, from what you can gather, this like he used the name for show. Chaos.
Why did he run?
After I get out of my trance,
We got him, guys! No, I'm just kidding.
ladies and gentlemen, We got it. I get up from the trance and I'm like,
Wild goose
Why?
chase.
Would you run?
Red herring.
It's like he's never lived in a city before.
I mean, you might not have.
So I should.
Why would you run? Why would you kill yourself?
I mean, maybe everything he said was the truth. He didn't have anything to live for, and he thought he was going to get off.
Because Nevermore was following him, right?
Yeah.
So were you seeing what he was seeing the whole time?
No.
Okay.
Ah.
So what are you? I apologize. What are you able to glean from that, if anything, if you're not looking through it?
Nothing
Okay.
right now.
I mean,
I
you would
was
have to
planning
communicate with your
on-
bird, right, later?
I can telepathically communicate, so I could technically remember.
but you would also be aware though if he were like, if he was ended prematurely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would assume I would know.
Records top. Nevermore actually died somewhere. Along the way.
2 seconds after you're in the corner,
Just poof.
Well,
another one.
I don't know
Having
about
crow soup tonight.
I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm going to go see one of our new friends and get a nightcap. Take some steam off because that was infuriating.
Hey, Felix, you
Yeah,
wanna go shopping?
Okay, so I'm gonna say you go find Kendra,
Yeah.
and whatever evening you have is your own. Banner, you went and grabbed your stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Are you meeting back up with?
Yeah, I end up meeting
And
back
you
up.
three, and you 3, 4 are going shopping.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything?
Do you want to go shopping or do you want to stay with Red?
Ren's going out.
Ren's got a different quest.
I'll let him handle that himself.
I feel like Ren,
herself.
if you were to go to like a club or a dance, you'd be wearing a pantsuit combo. I'm getting that vibe. Like it makes strength, but also like, but it wouldn't be like a straight leg pantsuit. Like it'd be like a silk undershirt.
Kind of. It's more like a vesty kind of thing to show off her lean slash.
Roll up sleeves?
Yeah.
As we leave, though, I am going to turn to Red and I'm going to say, remember, we can't take a bounty for your alcohol budget anymore.
Hey, also, how about don't shoot people that look at you and run away? Just, I mean, I don't know if that's common courtesy or not, but like if they look at you and turn around and move, doesn't necessarily mean you got to shoot them in the ankle.
But that was really cool.
I will not say that was a great shot. You've so far wowed us with your accuracy and prowess.
It wouldn't be the first time.
It
Shooting
won't- and it won't be
somebody,
the last.
somebody in the leg.
And it won't be the last. I hope not. Okay? Go team.
Ren, you have a whatever wonderful evening you want to have. That's yours. No one can take that from you.
Maybe Armand's there.
It's going to be one of those nights where it's like, I have to drink to forget.
I want you to go high or low. High or low. 14. Armand is there.
Establishing
Whatever happens, it happens. It's your life. So you 4. So I know that
Put a
there was a
PG shopping
bookstore on the queue. Did you want to go to like the tinkering place with the clockwork stuff?
I mean, I want to just check that out.
I guess what I'm trying to find out is there anything specific
Yes.
that you all are wanting to try to find or anything?
Ever since I've seen O'Darren use the gun, I want, like, specifically mention the gun place. I want to try and find stuff for like schematics because I want to make one. That particularly, and then also magic-wise, I'm trying to see if anybody is selling an all-purpose tool, that magic item. So I'm trying to check out around.
I mean, you could have just asked. I'm pretty good at making these.
I just want to get a pistol up in there.
Well, more like books or something on it because I do different stuff.
Django Unchained, where you like Derringer comes out, but not a Derringer. I want something a little more accurate. It's in my sleeve, so if I have to, it's like in my hand. So
Before
Yeah.
like 1 or 2 shots.
we'll say that you stopped by a armament shop, which this one is more geared toward mechanically driven weaponry. So,
What's the name of the book? And like maybe a brief description of what the inside looks like.
the groaning bear.
I like it.
The groaning bear, and as you walk in, you are met with the smell of copper and iron, as well as there's kind of the residual dust that kicks up when you enter, just from, you can hear from the back, there is some sort of minor smithing, but there is some, you are able to recognize, for instance, if you were to like wipe on the surfaces and like, it tastes a little bit like gunpowder. Not enough that like, this thing's gonna blow any second, but like, there's elements of it and ash as well. But you see things from halberds, spears, swords, you see crossbows, bows, you see pistols, you see longer designs of rifles, but we'll say that you kind of gravitate immediately towards it. You all kind of gravitate towards pistols, I guess, a little bit, but yeah, you see the equivalent of Assassin's Creed pistol.
Yeah.
I only said it because I played it kind of recently, just for fun. But yeah, you see a tall, red skin with also fur creature walk out. Very stoic in nature.
Can I help you?
I was looking at your pistol here, admiring it.
Oh, that's a fine piece indeed.
What exactly does it do? Can you tell me?
It shoots.
Anything special about it?
You can hide it under your sleeve. It pops out and it shoots.
Okay. What?
I call it the Sneaky Pete.
I like it. How much for the Sneaky Pete?
Sneaky Pete's gonna be a 5 gold.
Gold's all right. That works for me.
What if you're looking for something a little more kick? I mean, for my size, obviously, like I can't get something reasonable.
Like kind of a blunderbuss kind of thing.
I guess I'm gonna like look around and check.
And I
stuff
say
out.
blunderbuss just so that we all understand what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It's a fancy name that does this. Yeah.
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, I mean, I'm looking. I want accuracy. Somebody can reach out and touch somebody with.
We got spears. Yeah, be pretty accurate with them. So I mean, you want a firearm?
Yes, I would like to inquire.
So, well, we got the standard rifles, and we got some with these the scope. Well, I mean, they're looking glasses, but they're scopes essentially.
Do you have any enchanted ones? I don't even know if that's
Enchanted
possible.
firearms?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got some over there.
And it's like going from mid shelf to top shelf.
Yeah.
And there are some that are super ornate looking. There are some that are deceptively plain looking, if not for where they were located in the shop. It's kind of more or less like, where all the good stuff's like in the counter.
Like glass
in the glass.
case. Yeah.
It's more or less where the stuff is, as he points you over.
Is there anything in particular you want out of it?
Well, I think my main question. I mean, do you make these all yourself right here?
Yeah, I had some help with an enchanter here in town, but all of the crafting is done by me.
Do you happen to also have just any? I'm looking to. This is something I want to start getting. I'm really interested in. Do you have any textbooks, scrolls, anything like on the nature of all these?
What?
I'm just gonna sit in the corner and take one apart and put it back together.
Hey, God! Don't do that. You don't know. What are you doing? Stop it.
He does.
I mean, it's just like this one.
But it don't matter. You don't own that one. Put that one back.
Right.
He gets excited.
You want to buy, then you can take up.
Yeah, I was say. Yeah, that's. Come on now.
Good point.
But yeah, just general purpose. I mean, I'm looking to learn.
Okay, so I'm not going to give you anything, trade secrets.
Yeah, oh yeah,
You know,
of course not.
But
Basically-
like the basic design of one.
Yeah, like I'm like a design and then just like a basic like rifle. I really like what you got going on, and like I'll pull out like I want to show off my crossbow. Like I'm a tinkerer myself. I'm just more on this variety, and I want to try and learn a little bit more, branch out, so to speak.
50 silver.
Sounds good to me. And yeah, so like I'll do that, and then just kind of keep looking around. I'm not even gonna haggle. Like I'm all for supporting business.
Yeah, for all I know, you're taking this to start your own business, so I could be shooting myself in the foot.
That's you know what? That's true.
I know.
But shoot yourself in the
Yeah,
foot.
sure.
I like it.
Get out of here!
I like
I didn't
it.
realize I was doing that.
Do you keep like parts and like stuff for sale as well, or is it just you're only selling like whole piece?
I mean, if you need a custom piece, I could probably make you one depending on what you need.
Okay. Well, I might be back then because obviously I don't know barrel butt. So
Any long-range rifles?
Oh, well, yeah, so.
I'm just kind of standing over on the corner.
you're just checking everything out.
Kind of familiar to design, you have from one range being like close,
Yeah.
close, and then it seems to be progressing, like the barrels themselves seem to get longer. If you're looking for something with like a sniping sort of feature, that is gonna be with more of the higher end guns. But you do see that kind of range.
Yeah, we can, if you want something for distance, we have.
And he like walks over to the case and like reaches underneath and behind him.
There's this one, it's not anything super fantastical, it's got a basic build with mechanism, gunpowder, standard firing ammunition. But it does have this, and if you want to take a peek,
And if you look through, it just looks like a base sight, but he touches a different, like I don't want to say a button, but kind of like it's a depression on the site. He pushes that, and like you zoom in further, push another button, zooms in even further.
Do you just sell the site?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You what?
It's all based on
I just want
I
the
didn't
color.
sell you the site, but it's not, I mean, if you just want spyglass, you can get a spyglass. Are you wanting it for a firearm?
I am.
Do you need me to put it on a firearm?
No.
I can sell you a sight, yes.
Okay.
Man, the
How
Mercantile.
much?
Can I put it on my sword?
It's just great.
Put a
75
scope
gold.
on my sword.
This is a higher end site.
How much was it?
75 gold.
Ooh, that's a spicy.
That is a spicy
That's
meatball.
a spicy meatball.
Do you have a not so higher end site?
It's a basic site, yeah. I have that one for like 5 gold.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Oh, hey, here you go, and like,
He pulls out some tools and just takes it off of a different
Oh,
one.
a different one. Oh my
here
gosh.
you go.
And I'm gonna pay attention to how it was connected.
Yeah,
Oh, nice.
So it seems that with these sights, the essence of it is actually within the lenses themselves, not so much on the framing or the mounting components of it. So you're able, I mean, you could do it with relative ease. Honestly, like if you have tools, almost anyone can put it on.
Because, I mean, I don't necessarily sound the smartest, but I'm quite good with this stuff. So, I have some ideas.
So you got your, anything else with Sneaky Pete, or,
Ammunition, I assume.
oh yeah, not a problem, give me 10 silver, and I can give you about 25 rounds.
Okay, 20 silver and 20 rounds. Or how much did you say?
15 silver.
15 silver for how many
I
rounds?
completely forgot.
Sorry.
In a matter of 5 seconds, I forgot the amount.
Oh my goodness.
15 it is.
Okay, 15 silver for how many rounds?
15 silver for 25 shots.
Okay, I want 50 shots. So I'll give you 30 silver.
There we go.
Plus 5
That's
gold.
what we just agreed
Wow.
on
Yes.
in game.
Yes.
I think I just haggled myself, and that's okay.
Oh my gosh.
Is it a just standard pistol?
It's gonna be the standard pistol.
That's what it is.
It's not a pepper box. This is standard. It would be a revolver.
I found a pistol.
That one's a little bit different.
We'll have to check in the inventory.
It's going to be the revolver.
Yeah.
Because that's more of like more of a sci-fi pistol, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
Or it's more of a modern pistol with a mag and everything.
Okay. Go back over.
How about you, crossbow guy?
I was actually just gonna ask after getting that other stuff from you, do you happen to know anybody? I'm looking for all-purpose tool, the magic item. Do you guys sell them here, or do you know somebody nearby? I don't know if you even heard of the
One of
item.
the tinkers might. I don't have any for sale, but there is a clockwork shop kind of down the street. They do most of the stuff around town. I know they do some clockwork for other cities as well. They might have something for you there.
Thank you, sir. I'm gonna give him a silver. It's like, I really appreciate it. Here you go.
You guys are noticing more you don't really recognize this race that he is. It's not very common. The closest one would be you. Give me a nature check. You've heard of these, but you've never seen them before.
Okay.
Dang. This is a hobgoblin.
Hurt. Nice.
And there was some learning that you did in Fae that just kind of natural course of studies, learned about the goblins, orcs, and half-orcs, and the hobgoblins. More martial, more militant, typically more intelligent than the typical goblin. But they are also just as prone to not only be as chaotic, but also be, I say chaotic like evil, just for the sake of alignment, but can also present more neutral alignments. But yeah, you recognize this as a hobgoblin.
So you know what's going to come next, right?
Yeah.
What's your name?
I'm handing him that silver, by the way, while this scan down happened.
You have a really fun shop. What's your name?
I am Clio.
That's K-L-Y. Oh wait, sorry. K''Y''L''E. K''L''Y''L''E. Yeah, Kyle.
So it's just Kyle with an L.
It's Kyle with an L and apostrophe. The moment you said, I'm like, I need a name. I was like, Kyle.
The moment you started describing yourself, you should have a name and a holster, bud.
Man, you know what? I typically do, but I pre-create some NPCs and I never have the list open, so I panic. I mean, to everyone listening, these are all planned.
Goodness gracious.
But yeah, I don't have an all-purpose tool, unfortunately.
No worries. I mean, I appreciate anything. And so I'm going to just go, like you started talking about.
Not a problem.
I'm going to start just looking around while you're doing that, waiting for everybody to be done.
And he brings you the plans. So you got the
I appreciate-
basic
yeah.
plans for a pistol and a long rifle.
Okay, cool.
Anything else I can help you with, sir? Takes apart stuff I don't own.
Nope, I think I'm good.
I'm glad.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sir, would you like anything looking at you, Banner?
No, I'm good. I'm afraid I might hurt myself with some of these things.
Fair enough. I know I have, and he like holds up his hand. He just
But or his paw.
But yeah, so I guess if you ever need anything else, let me know. Don't take apart things in other people's stores.
Is there anything
I
that?
feel like I should go without having to say that, but
Words to live by. Hey.
Is there anything that's broken here? Just
That's a really odd
just
twist.
something small
The
that's
finger's
broken
missing.
that I can cast mending on as a thank you.
technically got a crack in one of the display cases over there.
I'm gonna cast mending on it as a thank you and a sorry for taking apart this.
I appreciate that, and I thank you for the apology. Just don't do it again, and don't do it in anyone else's shop. We're kind of sticklers about that.
Oh my gosh.
We're just attack. We're just doing everything, taking part of stuff we don't own, shooting people who just ran. But
All right, have a great rest of your day.
You too.
Bye.
oh my god, I'm gonna sit in the corner and just take apart this gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, okay.
Man, I should have just added an explosive component to it and just
You
blew it up.
really
Oh,
gave
Darren, it's all about the
sleight of
knowledge. So
hand
it just
roll.
seems like the perfect thing to do.
At least Beakley
Knowledge
just
and
ships
power.
it. At least Beakley just dumps on the floor, you know.
Yeah.
All right. Anywhere else before we're gonna call it for today? Anywhere else?
I would like to go to a bookstore / magic scroll shop. I'm looking for very particular things.
Okay. Is it okay? Fair enough. And just so I know, anything else? Sorry, you're on your date.
I'm gonna wait, especially after that. I don't want to take him to that block place. So I'm gonna remember, and so like if I get a chance, I'm gonna go. Yeah,
Hi, King. Oh,
if
this
he
is nice.
if he wants to take apart a gun, I would feel personally attacked if he goes somewhere else and starts taking stuff apart there. So yeah,
Actually,
I'll just be yeah.
You know, Banner's a little bored by the whole shopping thing now.
Yeah.
I think he's going to take Beakley back, or maybe out in the street. Maybe I'll still accompany everybody. He's going to start training with him, getting to
okay.
sit and socializing him.
Give me an ammo handling check.
Oh, okay. Which I probably have
The best of the skills that everybody has.
The most useful skill ever used
Yes.
ever if you're not a druid or
Oh wow,
Ranger.
I've ruined him.
it's a one.
Yep. I got
So,
a talent, man.
buy new dice.
Yeah.
You
new
gave him
dice.
jerky, so now jerky is payment for everything. If you run out of jerky, you get nothing. If you even try to do anything that doesn't involve jerky, he's not going to listen. But the thing is, there's a jerky vendor, like right over there, and it's jerky time. So the entire time you're trying to do this, it's very much like looking over at the jerky, like Beakley, oh, looking back, and then back at the bacon.
Focus.
Or not the bacon,
Focus.
the jerky.
The bacon.
Just
Might
bacon.
as
It's
well
a bacon
be.
jerky
Might as well
vendor,
be.
which is really niche.
Oddly
One of the most
specific.
successful places.
Really neat.
A bacon jerky vendor. It's actually one of the guy that had the pig earlier
Oh.
that did the measurements for.
Beakley's don't know
But
about
so
bacon.
we'll say kind of final stop for the session. You go to the book, one of the bookshops,
Book magic store.
and you walk in, and there's this very fair female elf just sitting behind the counter, kind of just thumbing through a book, like, without even looking up. Hello. Hello. Oh. Hello. How may I help you?
I'm looking for books.
Well, we have books.
Glad we figured that out.
And like she's now kind of disenchanted after you. Like you're walking like, oh.
Anything magical? Like healing.
Yes, we do. Are you looking specifically for a spell book of nothing but healing spells? Are you looking for individual scrolls? Or
Do you sell individual scrolls?
we do sell individual scrolls.
Which one would cost less?
We do.
Oh, I would assume the scroll. That's,
I mean, listen.
that's true. You're right. You're good.
If I can get a whole book.
It's true.
We do have a scroll. We have a couple scrolls here, actually. We have a scroll of major healing, a scroll of healing word, and a scroll of mass cure wounds.
Can I? How much is the healing word?
The healing word is going to be 250.
Whoa, sounds all right.
And these prices for everyone listening are my prices, and I don't care who else's prices. It's my gift.
His fantasy world, he sets the market.
I can make Dawnbringer from Skyrim 5 silver if I want. I don't care.
Yo.
I wouldn't do that, but that'd be terrible resale value. Another one has touched the beacon.
Another one has touched the beacon.
Oh my god. That's the most hated quest ever.
Come to my temple, cleanse
So it's the weakest Daedric, by my opinion.
Yeah, for sure.
The shop has a cat. Crazy.
I'm so immersed.
That is my cat, Nibbly Bits.
Nibbly bits?
But you wanted names.
That's true. What's the name of your shop?
My name is the Gilded Coffin.
Okay, cool. That's awesome.
Because we are a repository of scrolls and books, much like a coffer has their coins.
That's very clever.
And
I like that,
it's
actually.
not clever. It's my dad. He named it. I took over, but I enjoyed it.
Hey, gotta love them. Gotta love dads, man.
It sounds like we have a common trait. I'm a big fan of books too.
Thank you for clarifying.
I watch an order
So-
the stores like
At least there's no guns to dismantle, huh?
that's true.
He cuts up all the scrolls.
Right.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I made a snowflake.
No, that'd be Banner. Banner's not here.
That'd be a Ray of Frost scroll too. I made a snowflake.
Chill touch.
Oh Jesus.
What, do you have anything that's more, self-defense in terms of scrolls or spell books?
Let's see. I have a scroll of Death Lord. I have a scroll of, well, I like to call it the scroll of the Tiny Hut.
Oh.
And then I have here in kind of a collection of, it is a spell book, kind of more defensive. I don't know if I necessarily call it defensive, it's just kind of base level wizardry spells. Alarm, comprehend languages, grace. Closes the book back up.
Nice. Okay. Well, I just wanted to know. You guys keep doing what you're doing. I'm just
Can
gonna
you
look around.
make scrolls?
Dependent on the spell that you're needing to be infused into it.
Would you be interested in a trade?
What do you have to trade?
Well, I pull out my spell book. I have lots of spells. But I want the human mind.
What spell would you think equate to the healing one?
Well, if you can make scrolls, then how about 100 gold and the shield spell? I like where this is going.
I do.
Okay.
Can you take me Snickerdoodle, or whatever your name is.
Nibblebits.
Nibblebits. Nibblebits. These names are all thought of.
Fantasy's rocking me, man.
I love it.
man. So immersed.
So we'll give me an hour or two for me to create. So, anything else you might be needing?
I think I'll definitely be back.
I will definitely be here. So,
I like you.
I like your book.
We'll be friends.
If that is what we have in personality alignments, if that works out, then great.
Next time I'll bring you a donut.
Oh, okay, yes, sprinkles.
I pull out my notebook.
Darren, you're creepy.
And what was your name?
Felix, help me here.
Yeah.
My name is Tessus.
I don't know. I'm just like this. I'm looking through the instruction thing I got from the last place. I'm just chilling. I'm not trying to get in the way of this magic.
An instruction manual on social encounters.
Right.
If I could, I would, man.
Here's what you need to know when you meet someone new.
If it's something I'm interested
Don't
in,
break their stuff.
don't take things apart.
Don't shoot them.
I thought that was common.
I do want to point out that in my notebook and in my actual notebook, I did write, don't take apart firearms you don't own.
Felix had a moment where he's like, I thought that was common knowledge. Oh, wait a minute, what else? Like, it's shaking him to his social core. Like, he doesn't know. Like, dude, no, I thought that was just something that was implied. Okay, oh God.
I may have also brought great
Yeah,
donuts.
bookstores sell books? Question mark. Magic? Of the magic variety?
For the sake of brevity, we will say that if there's anything else specific, we will handle that next session. Otherwise, we're going to wrap up this episode. You had a wonderful evening on your whatever you did.
I showed them the guy that I shot. I used disguise self because I have that as a spell as a hex blood, and they're like, I shot this guy. What's with that?
Oh, you didn't need to.
He was asking for it.
He's flighty. Yes, but okay. So we're gonna call it there. Had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you guys, and we will see you next time.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for being on this adventure today with us. But for now, we have to take a bow as the lights come back up and we make our curtain call. We can't thank you enough for your support, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, it's 5 to Places.